All right. Oh, wait. Just a second. Alright, fuck. Oh god. Technical difficulties waiting room is right. Okay. Alright, there we go. Jesus Christ. I was so scared about... Oh wow, it's all coming in at once. Holy shit. Alright. Oh god, I'm so unorganized today. I'm sorry guys, I'll be right back. Just a second. Wait. Just a second. Okay, I'm back. Alright, I had to turn off my fan so there wasn't too much background noise. And speaking of noise, and that's a bad segue. So, today's stream might be a little shorter than others. Partially just because... So, I accidentally took like a 3-hour nap today, and ever since I have not felt awake. So, it was a good nap, but I have not felt awake since taking that nap. So, I'm not sure how good today's stream is gonna be because of it. So, I may cut things a little short, around like 11:30ish, but it's also because, yep, permanent sleepy mode is what I've been stuck in all day. It's like I've been trying to be productive and it just hasn't worked. So I just looked at pretty clothes online that I can't buy because they're too expensive and I'm laid off work. But yeah, but it's also because I've been having issues with my mic today. I was playing games with some friends over Discord, and every now and again my mic would just decide to stop working. So I'm hoping it doesn't happen again today. Or at least, like, not while I'm streaming. That would be ideal. I would really like it if that didn't happen. But if it does, you know, I'm gonna keep an eye on it. If it does happen too much, I'll actually, like, start looking into just getting a new mic. Because even if I am laid off, it's like, you know, I also need this for, like, work conferences, so if my mic's not working, I need a new one. But yeah, so either way, with that all out of the way, so last time we finished up Luca's chapter, and it got better as it went on. And I had to consider, like, you know, the time period it was made in, and, you know, how things have changed. And really, the ending was pretty heartbreaking. Like, it did make me feel. So, definitely not a bad chapter by any means. But now we've started Moeka's chapter. And, first thing that happened is we found Moeka's apartment and found out that she had killed herself. Hi, welcome to the stream. I didn't say hi to everyone else. I feel bad. It's hi Life, hi Patchy. Yeah, I didn't watch Val's stream today because playing video games, and then also after the fact it's like, oh, I gotta call my grandma. And then we actually talked until like 5 to 3 minutes before the stream was supposed to start because I didn't pay attention to the time. This is what permanent sleepy brain does to a person. Anyways, let's play Steins Gate. Let's just launch the game here real quick. There we go. So, hi Val! Hi Manji, welcome to the stream! Moeka time. Yeah, let's see how that goes, because I stand by what I said last time. I don't care if Moeka dies. I don't care. She has killed Mayuri so many times. She's the reason we're in this mess. So, yeah. I head to Moeka's ratty apartment. There's no sign of the police this time. Moeka's suicide won't happen for another 4 days. I run up the iron stairs and stand in front of the door to Unit 202. The lights aren't on inside. I start getting anxious. Maybe she's not here. There's no intercom, so I reluctantly knock on the door. Novella, I don't care if she dies. I don't! She murdered Mayuri in cold blood. Like, she's the reason the bad future happened at this point. Like, yes, I get it. Like, CERN could have sent other rounders. But that doesn't change the fact that she's the rounder that puts the whole thing into motion. Oh, that was a heavy knock. No reply. I try again with the same result. Damn, might as well try the doorknob. It's unlocked. Do you really want to go in there? Take a deep... I got mail. Oh, Mayuri. Are you coming back to the lab today? I don't know, but don't worry. You don't have to worry about anything. Alright, we'll send that email. Alright, let's hope that there's nothing to worry about. I take a deep breath. This could be a trap. Remember, we're not dealing with an ordinary person. Moeka is a rounder, an agent of CERN. If I die here, what will happen to Mayuri? Will Kurisu or Daru use the time link machine to save her? I need to be careful. But at the same time, I can't save Mayuri by doing nothing. So I steel myself, open the door, and peek inside. The apartment is dark. Too dark to see. But I feel someone's presence. I step inside. The apartment is practically empty. Minimal furnishings, only the barest necessities of life. But there by the window was a figure in the moonlight. A woman is sitting on the floor, her head bowed. There's no one else here. I approach the woman and stare down at her, gritting my teeth in a desperate effort to maintain control. Moeka is actually a nice person? I mean, I've got to see it to believe it. Ever since the first time she killed Mayuri, I've tried my best to avoid thinking about this woman. But now I have no choice. I can't accomplish my goal until I have the answers I need from her. This apartment looks exactly like the apartment from When They Cry! I must obtain the IBN 5100 to escape the Alpha Attractor Field and rescue Mayuri. I had another name for her once. Hurts to remember. I force it to the back of my mind. Moeka's fingers twitch. She sluggishly lifts her head. But she doesn't look up. She stares at my feet instead. She finally speaks in a frail voice. Moeka has always had trouble speaking, but it seems especially severe today. I notice her hair and clothes are disheveled. She looks awful, though I suppose that's no surprise, given that she kills herself in 4 days. Hmm?
FB?
Yeah, her name's Kiryu. FB. I've heard that name before. If I'm not mistaken, that's her superior's code name. Oh, damn. The phone in Moeka's hand glows faintly. She's still clinging to it, I see. Oh, okay. She can't be bad. She's named Kiryu. Himbo hours have started. I'm at a loss for words. I wasn't expecting to find her in such a miserable state. She was so cold, so calm when she killed Mayuri. It's like she's a different person now. Is this another effect of the world line change? It's only been a week since she sent her D-mail. How could she have changed so much? Get on my knees and shake Moeka by the shoulders. Oi! Kikoeru ka? Oi! Kiryu Moeka! Oi! Ore da! Okabe da! No response. Moeka just keeps crying and mumbling to herself. I shake harder, but she doesn't react. She doesn't even resist. Looking down, I notice that she's typing rapidly on her phone. Bewildered, I look at the screen. FB, 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 FB. Facebook Metaverse! Wouldn't that be a twist? CERN's not actually interested in time travel, they just really want to make NFTs.
Oh my.
What happened to Moeka? From what little I understand, it sounds like she's lost contact with her supervisor, FB. But I don't understand how that could turn Moeka into such a wreck. It doesn't matter. I don't care what happens to her. I'm here for one thing. Recalling my purpose, I reach for Moeka's phone. A sharp crack echoes through the room. Moeka slapped my hand away. It didn't hurt, but her reaction was lightning quick. Now Moeka curls up into a ball, hugging the phone tightly to her chest. It was like this from the moment I met her. She never let go of her phone, not even for a second. As if it were the only thing keeping her alive.
FB とかいうやつからか。
I make several more attempts to take her phone while she babbles incoherently. She just slaps my hand away each time. Next I try persuasion. Promise to help her search for FB if she lends me her phone. It's a lie, of course, though come to think of it, I would like a piece of FB too. That can wait until after I've saved Mayuri. But Moeka doesn't buy it. If, that is, she heard me at all. Damn it, we're not getting anywhere. Maybe I should take it from her by force. What if she tries to kill me before I can send the D-mail? In her current state, she might not have the strength to retaliate. On the other hand, if she does retaliate, there's not much I can do against someone with a gun. What should I do? Gun. Where would she keep it? I quickly scan the room, but there's no sign of it. Crap, that startled me.
もしもし。
I stand up and move to the entrance, where I can take the call without letting Moeka out of my sight.
今どこよ。
悪いが取り込み中だ。
女？女なの？
お前の発想は実にスイーツかっこ笑いだな。
うるさいな。
You fucking normie.
電話レンジの改良手伝うって約束したでしょ。よくそれでラボ弁ナンバー001を名乗れるな。
誰に頼んでくれ。今日はそれどころじゃない。
一体何してんのよ。そこどこ？
桐生萌香のアパートにいる。
やっぱり女か。最低だな。
It's not what you think. Has she not met Moeka on this world line? I quickly give Kurisu a simplified version of the usual explanation. Kurisu listens attentively, as she always does. Maybe she's more considerate than I give her credit for. As soon as I finish, Kurisu gives it to me straight.
強引に奪うしかないわね。
過激だな。ハリウッド映画の見過ぎか。
相手はセルンの関係者よ。遠慮してたらこっちがやられるかもしれない。迷ってる場合じゃないでしょ。それでマユリを救えるんだから。あんたはヒョロヒョロで頼りなさそうだけど、さすがに今なら相対的に考えて勝てるはず。
Gee, thanks. At least she's not beating around the bush. Kurisu really said, yeah, you're a fucking twig, but that shouldn't matter. Suddenly, she lowers her voice.
人格疑われそうだけど。いや、あんたに人格疑われたってどうでもいいけど。
Oh, what are you about to
して
suggest?
でも奪いたるべきよ。
I mean, you know what? If that's what it takes to keep the group safe.
今、お前の人格を疑った。
Dude, she and her group have killed Mayuri how many times?
だが、偽善ぶらないところは好きだぞ、クリスティーナ。
好きってちょっと。
What's the matter with her now?
事実を言ったまでだ。俺なんかよりもよっぽど潔い。
どうも。
で、意図を聞かせてくれ。
I guess it's different from an
殺
outsider's
すこともやむ
perspective.
なしと考える理由が
It'd probably be real difficult to kill
お前の中に
someone in this state.
そうだろう。だからそういう結論に達したはずだ。
よかった。それなりに冷静ね。あんたの話が本当か嘘かは定義できない。アトラクタフィールド理論っていう式を私はまだ完全には理解してないし。それでもあんたの説明をもとに考えると、桐生って人が4日後に自殺するなら彼女には死亡フラグが立っているっていう推論が成り立つ。世界が彼女の死を承認したっていうところね。
That is true.
因果が収束するなら、これまでの世界線では仮にあんたが彼女を殺そうとしても何らかの邪魔が入ってできなかったはず。
Maybe it was like in, maybe she gets back to FB and FB is like, well, you've outlived your purpose, and like shoots her dead.
あるいは殺した瞬間に世界線が大きく変わっていた。でもこの世界線でだけ考えるなら、彼女は近いうちに死ぬ。あんたはこれまでに何度もマユリの死を見てきたからわかるはず。
Okabe is a crazy mad
死ん
lad.
だという結果だけであって家庭はどうでもいいらしいってことをね。
Like, I've kind of guaranteed, I've kind of like got that certified in my mind because of Luca being like, please date me for a day and a half, and Okabe's first fucking response was, well, guess I gotta time travel again.
それと同じで桐生って人の死に方は問わないと思う。
In other words, I can kill her instead of letting her commit suicide?
死が決まっているから殺しても構わないか。まるで殺人犯ばりの論旨展開だな。
偽善
It
だ
is definitely a morally great decision.
人としての倫理を捨てて話してんのよ。岡部、付き合いなさい。
She's unforgiving as always, but it actually feels nice to speak frankly like
だ
this.
が法律はどうする？世界がそれを許しても社会は許さない。
タイムリープマシンがある限り、相手を殺しても時間を遡れば全てなかったことにできる。
That is true. So long as the time leap machine actually gets made, because this is before the time whenever it's actually made.
岡部は誰も殺さずに必要な情報だけを入手したっていう結果だけが残るわけ。
把握した。
ただこれだけは覚えておいて。全ては自己責任よ。これだけ好き放題言ってる私はかなり無責任だけど。
問題ない。実にマッドサイエンティスト的な意見だった。
さっさと片をつけなさい。じゃあね。
She hangs up without another word. Strangely, I find Karisu's harsh tone encouraging.
お前は司令官かよ。
I manage to smirk as I close my phone. Moeka's still sitting on the floor. Kill her if you have to, Karisu said. Moeka did the same to us. She doesn't deserve mercy. Kill her or let her live. It's my choice, my responsibility. And after I undo the murder, the memory of my crime will remain with me. I wonder, can we message her? No. Maybe that was something I could have done, like, before, whenever she said that there are no males. Like, maybe we could have gotten through to her that way, but... Ah, well. Too late to try it now. I didn't even think of it until, like, just this second. That sin, that guilt. I'll have to carry that weight. I mustn't ever forget. That's what Karisu meant when she spoke of responsibility. Murder is unforgivable, no matter the circumstances. I mean, really depends. Yeah, exactly. Like, she's still gonna die. And if we... Like... Obviously, it's not a moral decision. Like, it's not, you know, I'm not saying, oh yeah, murder is good in this circumstance. Like, nah, it's like, it's a pretty fucking gray decision. But from the way that I see it, we'd buy ourselves extra time, we'd get the cell phone, and if her death is a guarantee anyways, I mean, in the first couple of timelines, she broke into the lab 2 days from now. Feels like a weird variation of the trolley problem. Almost, yeah. Because it's like, if we kill her now, we are killing, like, someone who's obviously, like, been through some shit and having, like, a really, like, bad time mentally. But at the same time, that same person is gonna basically kill everyone. And she's going to die anyways. So it's like, personally, I'm okay with the plan. Because getting right down to it, it seems to be the best result. Like, what happens if we let her live? Especially now that we're here in front of her and we're one of the people that she's assigned to kidnap. Like, if she snaps out of it, we're fucked. And if Okabe gets caught, none of the others will remember, like, previous time loops. They won't even know that she's on her way with the Rounders. It's our best shot. I don't know if I'm making too much sense just because, like I said, permanent sleepy brain today, but this does seem like the... Like, yeah, it's unforgivable, sure, because, I mean, technically we can't claim self-defense in this scenario because she hasn't tried to kill anyone yet. But we know that she's going to. Can you understand that, Kiryu Moeka? Reach for Moeka's phone. This time there's no hesitation. Moeka resists. I grab her slender hand and pin it to the window. The glass rattles from the force, but thankfully doesn't break. With my other hand, I pry the phone away from Moeka's chest. She drives her foot straight into my solar plexus. The breath explodes from my lungs. I gasp for air. Yeah, that's the other thing, though. It's like, how are we gonna kill someone who obviously has a lot of, like, combat skills? In a fit of anger, I raise my hand to strike. At the last moment, I hesitate. Damn, what happened to killing her if I have to? I know we're past the point of playing nice. I've never hit a girl in my life. I don't consider myself a model gentleman or anything, but the idea that men aren't supposed to hit women is such a strong part of my common sense that it stayed my hand almost like instinct. So instead, I wrap my hand around Moeka's neck and squeeze. When she tries to kick me again, I pin her legs under my own. I squeeze harder. My fingers dig into her throat. She struggles for breath. I feel her throat moving as she gasps for air. I can finally see my reflection in her tear-reddened eyes. I guess it's just this easy. Moeka's under control, but now I don't have a free hand to take her phone. She's gonna pass out from lack of oxygen. It's the rule of threes. It takes 3 minutes, roughly, for someone to die of lack of oxygen. If I loosen my grip on her throat even slightly, it'll turn into a struggle again. Moeka's hiding her phone behind her back now. I need that phone. Should I let go of her hand or her neck? Not her neck! Keep squeezing. Plus, if she passes out from lack of oxygen, then we don't even need to kill her. We can just take the phone and run. Moeka weakly shakes her head. Yeah, plot armor. Wonder if I even can. Can undo it with the timely machine. It'll be the perfect crime, one that never happened. Still, I mean, to be fair though, it's the 11th! The timely machine hasn't been finished yet! Maybe you should have waited on this! Still, do I really have it in me to murder someone? I don't know, but I have to try.
渡さないと殺すぞ
He could send emails, that's true. No words leave Moeka's lips, just rough breathing. Stalemate. Neither of us shows the other any openings. We're practically motionless, but our breathing is ragged. It's taking all my strength just to pin her down. Our rough breathing echoes through the room. For a moment, it even seems to synchronize. This is getting me nowhere. I remove my hand from her neck, then use my entire left arm to pin her against the wall in a guillotine choke. She starts groaning in pain. My right hand has her left hand up against the glass. Now I pull her hand down and transfer it to the grip of my left hand. Now my right hand is free. Slide it behind her back and go searching for her phone. I have to lean in close to do this. Press my body up against hers. Pain explodes in my jaw. I lean back. Moeka's readying another headbutt. Put more strength into the guillotine choke to stop her. Man, this is really drawn out. Like, I know that this is how this would be in real life, but like, Jesus. They don't really give us the violent cases in the Foundation when we're juniors. Moeka's face twists in pain as she struggles to escape my grasp. The guillotine choke seems to be working. She doesn't have the strength to resist. If I push any harder, she really might die. I push harder. Moeka writhes in pain. Tears fall from her eyes and drool from her mouth. As her resistance weakens, my right hand finds Moeka's phone. She still has it in a tight grip, but I manage to tear it away. Quickly release Moeka and step away. She bends over and coughs violently. Still, she reaches out to me with tears in her eyes. She wants her phone back, and I don't care. I look at the screen. It shows an email draft with a string of FBs entered. Clear the text and start typing a new mail. The phone's different from mine, so I don't quite know how to use it. Let's see. Startled, I look up to see Moeka staggering to her feet. She's like a goddamn zombie. Quickly run outside and close the door behind me. Then I lean my entire body weight onto it so she can't open it from the inside. The doorknob rattles as she tries to open the door. Then she starts pounding on the inside. It's a good thing doors in Japan open out. You wouldn't see this in a Hollywood movie. Anyway, I have her phone. I just need to pretend to be Moeka and send the cancellation email. Moeka's changes to the past will be cancelled. The world line will change. The IBM 5100 will come back to me. We'll hack into server. Mission complete. Fate won't have Mayuri this time. Victory will be mine.
Hi, Max.
D メールの設定を頼む
変な音が聞こえるけど
少しばかり修羅場中でな
じゃあ
That's so blunt. Tell her Moeka's address.
入力完了
マイルは
まだブラウン管工房で免許されています42型ブラウン管を付けさせていたの
話してないだろうな
あの子が死ぬこと言えるわけな
Good.
だったらいいまだ切るなよ
Maybe we should check. Put my phone down and resume typing into Moeka's phone. We should check to see what she actually sent, though! The middle-aged lady comes out of the apartment next door. Our eyes meet, so I put on a forced smile. Lady grins mockingly before going back inside. Wonder what she was thinking. Maybe she thought it was a lover's quarrel. In the mail, I wrote, model change. Do it now, before sold out. Moeka's email said, don't change models. Desire for limited edition, hard to find products is hard-coded into Japanese DNA. Appealing to that instinct should work. The assistant pounding on the door grows louder. Now I hear groaning from the other side. I can't believe how persistent she is. Is her phone really that important to her? I've already won. All I have to do is send the email. Okay, let's send. I'll never forgive you, Moeka, but at least our relationship ends here. Let this be the last time we meet. I raise the phone to eye level. Take a deep breath. Send! It ends now! Press send. Nothing changed because you didn't check it! No vertigo, no dizziness, nothing. She lied! Reading Steiner didn't activate. Why didn't the world line change? Did the phone wave fail to function? Bring my own phone to my ear. Creasy was still on the line.
送ったの？
送った。ちゃんと動作したのか？
こっちはちゃんと放電現象を確認した。
正常に動作したんだな。
間違いなく
世界線が変わらない。
It's because she lied! Considering the possibilities.
メールの文面で岸辺をやめようとする萌香を説得できなかった。
送り先の日付を間違えた可能性は
7月31日。それは間違いない。
リリウスが最初に送った DNA の着信時間を調べるべき。それより先か後かで受け取った側の印象はだいぶ変わる。
臭いな。
Pounding on the door has ceased. Did she finally give up? No, she wouldn't give up. Does she plan to climb out the window and loop around? We're on the second floor. That would be quite a feat. I should still have some time left.
何パターンかいろんな文章を送ってみて。それで効果が出ないようならこっちでタイマーを微調整する。
助かる。そっちの様子はミスター・ブラウンが乗り込んできてないか？
Don't worry about that! You have limited time here!
怒鳴り声が聞こえてる。きっと橋田と真由里が必死でなだめてるはずだけど、いつまで持つか。あまり余裕はないと思って。
Put my phone in my pocket without hanging up. No! Stop sending emails! Still nothing happens! No! Stop sending it now! Stop sending them! Check the fucking email, please! Wait, that's alert. That's not... There. There! Why? What am I doing wrong? I'd like to ask Moeka, but if I go back inside right now, she'll probably just attack me, which reminds me, she's been awfully quiet. What is she doing now? Maybe she really did go out the window. I look around. I'm reading this faster because I really want him to figure it out. It's painful at this point. Look around. I don't see her anywhere. Think, why didn't the email work? Wipe the sweat from my brow. My entire body is soaked. It must be adrenaline. What if Moeka changed addresses when she got a new phone? Take out my phone.
聞こえるか？
まだ問題が
2回送り直したが効果なしだ。
Frantically consider my options as I stare hard at Moeka's phone. The walkway is dim, but Moeka's gaudy purple phone shines in the faint light. Wait. Take another good look at the phone. There's something wrong here. What is it? Because it's the same fucking phone! I know. Okay, he's piecing it together. I'll take Punchachuni off. Gaudy purple. Latest model. Removable LCD screen. Model number GG01. Eyes tell me there's nothing wrong. I saw this phone when Moeka sent her D-mail, and many times before. She was never without it. It's the same. Nothing has changed. Exactly!
何も変わっていない。
Why hasn't it changed? Why is it the same as before Moeka sent her D-mail? Moeka's D-mail said don't change models. She should have a different phone when she sent it. She didn't. It's the same phone I'm holding right now. There's only one explanation. She never changed models to begin with. There we are. She lied to me. Moeka's D-mail wasn't about her phone. I want to see what the D-mail is. Please, show me. That explains how it affected the IBN 5100. It also explains why my cancellation D-mails aren't working. The door violently shakes behind my back. It's much stronger than before. She must be ramming something hard and heavy against the door. Quickly move away from the door. The door shakes again. I can see the frame starting to warp. I suppose I should be thankful she doesn't have a gun, but honestly, this is terrifying enough. Check her email history! She sent it to herself! She will still have the email! It won't be in her send history, but it'll be in her inbox! Please! Chills my blood to think of what her face must look like now. Never been the target of such single-minded obsession before. But unfortunately, I can't run away. I need to face Moeka again and ring the information. You don't need to! You keep the emails! No, the inbox actually, like, I checked. Whenever you send a D-mail to yourself, I mean, we don't even know if she sent it to herself. But if she didn't, then we could at least double check. Because like last stream, I straight up looked. I was like, okay, will we be able to find this out by checking the inbox? Not the send history. The send history disappears. But any D-mails that are sent to someone's phone, that is true, she could have deleted it. But still, it's worth a shot to look at least. And even then, she might have like some kind of information in her emails. Something that could lead us to the right place. Probably take time because of her other email just saying FB. I mean, yeah, but I mean, I don't see how that would affect checking someone's inbox. We already deleted that message. We already deleted the FB message. That's not the concern here. Both Ferris and Luca remembered their D-mails. With prodding, Moeka will remember too. I need that information. Crap. I don't want to go in there. My teeth are chattering. This is pathetic. I thought I'd won when I snatched her phone. Now my advantage is gone.
Okabe?
Christina.
Yeah, you may as well check, which he's not doing! I want to take control, but I can't!
どうやら萌香の送った D メールは機種変更に関することじゃなかったらしい。
どういうことよ。
おそらくあの女は送る直前で内容を差し替えたんだ。俺が何をやっても世界線が変わらないのはそのせいだ。
It's like she is being a real menace, but like it's better than just standing here talking to Kurisu about it. Yeah, there we go. Kurisu, thank you. Okay, never mind. Yeah, of course, even if it's not under send history, it should still be on the arrival history. Glare at the purple phone in my hand. It's a good thing Moeka didn't change phones. Now I know exactly where the D-mail went. Okay, thank you. Check. For a second there, I thought it would be easy. I should have known better. Moeka is not a casual phone user. Her mailbox has literally hundreds of entries over the last week, almost all from FB. Some of my mails are sprinkled in. I don't have time to search through each of these mails, even just the subject lines. Yeah, that's fair. Not to mention the pounding on the door is freaking me out. Okay, fair enough.
少し手こずりそうだ。もし俺が失敗したら、あとは頼む。
バカも休み言いなさい。状況によっては逃げることも大事。
I hang up. The lady next door comes out again, alarmed by the escalating noise. She glares at me. When she sees the magnitude of the door's damage, the lady opens her eyes in shock and runs back inside. Not leaning against the door anymore. Moeka could just open it, but she hasn't realized it. She's so fixated on getting her phone back, she'd destroy her own door. Maybe just run! Run to a different part of Akiba, so that this way you put some distance between you and Moeka. Buy yourself a little extra time to actually, like, look for her D-mail. She sent it on July 31st. In any case, I don't have time to check her mail history. I put the phones into my pockets and moved to the side of the door. I carefully grip the doorknob and wait for the interval between bangs. Now. I yank the door open. The coffee table flies out and smashes into the walkway railing. Her screech raises hairs all over my body. She's standing in the entrance like a revenant at the gates of hell. I step back. My knees tremble. Then I remember what I'm here to do. Gather my resolve, enter the room, and close the door behind me. Okay, what's your plan here, bud? Or at least I try. The door's bent and won't fully close. I give up unlocking it. Moeka glares at me, shaking with fury. First, I have to restrain her again. This is a woman who would kill on command, who would break her own door down just to retrieve her phone. It's too dangerous to let her be. I'm stronger. I just need to get her on the ground. Are you, though? She's a trained agent. How are you stronger than her? There's no time. It's now or never. Crushing my fear, I charge Moeka at full speed. Our bodies collide. Moeka tries to twist away, but I grab her clothes and use my momentum to push her to the floor. Back of her head hits the floor. Her resistance weakens. She doesn't know how to break a fall. Some secret agent. Quickly straddle her waist. Now she's mine. Moeka flails her arms and legs wildly. I should have known that she wouldn't give up. Her fist strikes my jaw. Fortunately, Moeka's weak. The blow does little damage. It's true, but I mean... It doesn't make sense to me that you would bring a secret agent out with a task force, in command of that task force, and not teach them hand-to-hand combat? It doesn't make much sense to me. Like, how are the Rounders not prepared for something like this happening? Someone maybe figuring out that Moeka is in charge of the Rounders in this part of the world and fighting her. That's true. Fortunately, Moeka's weak. The blow does little damage. I still need to stop her from struggling. First, her hands. Start with her left. Grab her wrist and pin it to the floor. That's true. That could be why they sent, like, all the other Rounders as well. A fist flies towards my face. Pops up against my left eye, blanking my vision for a second. She seems to stop struggling for a moment. Her hand claws weakly at the air, but it turns out that she was reaching for my hair. She grabs it hard. I feel several strands tear free of my scalp. Ouch! She has a task force, the olive guns. Maybe she neglected the hand-to-hand portion after a while. That's true. I get a grip on Moeka's face and press her face against her head against the floor. She tries to bite my finger, so I pull my hand back. I grab the hand that's grabbing my hair and dig my nails into her wrist. I mean, the better thing to do is just to pull her fingers back. See, this is a self-defense tip that I learned in karate class whenever I was a kid. If someone grabs you by the hair, grab their pinky and yank it all the way back. If it's a self-defense scenario, don't worry about being nice. If you have to break a finger to get out of a grip, you have to break a finger. That's someone else's finger, I mean, not your own. I mean, hopefully you don't break your own. But also, it's better to have a broken finger than to be, you know, dead or taken to, like, some secondary location. You ain't getting me to no secondary location. I feel like I've been very ruthless this stream. Being like, yeah, we should just fucking kill this woman. And then giving advice on how long to choke someone out and how to, like, break someone's fingers. God, now I'm the monster here. I swear to God, I know all this stuff either through, like, self-defense classes that I went to as a kid or from, like, writing violent scenes. I'm out for blood because other people's blood is gonna get spilled if we don't go out for blood. There's nothing, like, the way I see it, it's either Moeka or Mayuri. And honestly, it's not just Mayuri, because after Mayuri dies, everyone gets kidnapped and the bad future is set in motion. It really is the trolley problem, and I mean, at at this point, the only thing Moeka has ever done to us, even back when the situation started rapidly deteriorating, you were advocating for curb stopping Moeka! Was that something I actually said in a previous stream? I don't remember that. Although, I mean... Oh, right, whenever she ran over my Yuri with the car! I forgot I said that! Listen, I don't condone just, like, hurting people willy-nilly. I don't condone just hurting people who are minding their own business, or even people who are, like, causing you, like, emotional or mental damage. To an extent. I mean, if it's to the extent that you are physically harming yourself, then yes, go for it. But, like, if your life, as well as the life of your loved ones, is in danger, do what you gotta do. That's my mindset. That's sort of the mindset that I've been taught. I don't know if that's, you know, a bad thing. I don't know if that's, you know, I don't know if it makes me a bad person. Because as much as it's great to say, like, oh, be a pacifist, don't hurt anyone, the reality of the situation is that someone is trying to hurt you in this situation. You gotta do what you gotta do. Never throw the first punch, but throw the last one. That's what I'm saying. Anyways. I grab the hand that's grabbing my hair and dig my nails into her wrist. She still doesn't let go of my hair. All the while her feet are pounding against my back. She's also trying to free her left hand. Can't take much more of this. I instinctively headbutt Moeka with all my strength. Sickening sound of bone against bone echoes inside my head. The impact makes me dizzy too, but I fight it. Moeka goes limp. An opening. Finally, I succeed at pinning down both her hands. Problem with the trolley problem, of course, has always been, can you bring yourself to stain your hands with blood even if it's the right thing? Okay, Okabe might not be that person. Exactly. Exactly. It's like, logically, I'm sure that he knows that, like, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do sometimes, but in this scenario, like, and because it is, like, also easier for me to say as someone looking in, like, oh yeah, do what you gotta do. But in the actual, like, case of this happening, like in real life, I may not have this reaction. I don't know. I've never been in a situation that would require me to use that kind of force. The most force I've ever had to give is like a single punch and then people back off. So, like, I'm talking I'm talking a big game here, but for all I know, I might have the same reaction in his position. Like, I'm not saying that he's, like, stupid for doing this, because I understand why he's hesitating. Her glasses fell off at some point during the struggle. Her red, swollen eyes give an even more demented look. I mean, they're not red in this picture, but they might have been worried about making her look high instead. There's an angry bump on her forehead where I headbutted her. She spits at me. Lukewarm saliva hits my face. Ugh. I want to wipe it off. My hands are full. Moeka glares at me. There are tears in her eyes, perhaps from the pain. This is not the best look. And also, he said he couldn't even lock the door. So, if anyone sees this right now, we're fucked. Moeka breaks eye contact when I mention it. She stares at my pocket. She must have caught a glimpse of purple. I smile scornfully. Moeka tries again to free her hands. I lean in harder to keep them pinned. Strength and position are superior, so Moeka accomplishes nothing. Next, she struggles to free her body. Same result. I clamp my thighs firmly around her hips and hold her down. She occasionally knees me in the back, but I can bear that pain. It's not enough to make me forfeit this position.
このまま何時間でも付き合ってやる。どっちが先に体力が尽きると思う？
Moeka, without a doubt. I don't do sports or anything, so I'm not that strong. But I'm on top. I don't need to expend much energy to keep her pinned. わめいてろ。 Don't keep screaming! You're in a public area! She can scream and spit all she likes. Nothing will make me give up this position. Except if someone comes in!
お前が携帯依存だろうが FB から見捨てられようが知ったことじゃない。
Moeka shakes her head violently. She's just wasting her energy. I maintain position and stare down at Moeka.
この世界線ではお前が直接手をかけるわけじゃないし、これまでお前だがそんなの俺からしてみれば知ったことじゃないんだ。なかったことを俺は全部覚えている。だからお前への憎しみは消えてないんだ。お前がマユリを殺した事実は俺の中に刻まれてるんだよ。今日はお前を逃がさないからな。
This is an intervention, Moeka! No more Facebook!
向き合ってやる。
I'm really scared that someone's gonna come in and see us like this. Until now, I've always run away from facing Moeka. I can't do that on this world line. I have to know what her D-mail said.
腹を割って話そうじゃないか。
Moeka is still struggling.
携帯などなくてもちゃんと話せるではないか。え？
あれ、クズがお前の写真をズタズタになるまで包丁で切り刻んでやる。
切り刻むのはマッドサイエンティストのお箱だ。
Ooh, now that's a threatening line, bud!
死ね！死んでよ！
Oh god, it's happening! This woman's out of control. Does she want another headbutt that badly? Yep, there it is! Oh no! You could have interrogated her, please! We don't have the timely machine ready! A knock sounds from the door. Moeka and I both look at the door in surprise. Oh god, oh god. Oh god! This is bad! Damn, I didn't think about that. Can't have her calling the police. Moeka suddenly screams. Ah! You bitch! What now? I need to silence Moeka somehow. I can't use either hand. There's only one way. I suddenly press my lips against Moeka's. My loveless kiss shuts her up quite effectively. I lock eyes with her as well, trading glares in silence. I finally hear the neighbor's footsteps recede. What a relief. I feel a sharp pain on my lip. I instinctively jerk away. Blood drips from my mouth and lands on Moeka's neck. She bit me! I feel around my lip with the tip of my tongue. The taste of blood spreads out from the laceration. Moeka breathes wildly as she glares at me with tearful eyes.
初々しい女ぶっているんじゃない
Damn. That was crazy enough to work, I guess. I didn't expect we'd be getting out of that situation. She grimaces and looks away. Her lips glisten with saliva. I'd find the sight alluring if the situation were different. Moeka turns her face away and looks up, though, through the open curtains at the full bright moon outside the window. How much time has passed? Feels like it's already been dozens of hours. But it's still night outside, so it probably hasn't been more than 1 or 2. Moeka hasn't said a word since I kissed her. She hasn't tried to escape either. Her expression is blank. She's just staring off to the side. What is she looking at? I follow her gaze, but the only thing there is a half-empty bottle of water. Has she given up? Either way, I can't let my guard down. Maybe it's a stress, but it feels like my body is going numb. And I've been drenched in sweat for a while now. This room has no air conditioning whatsoever. The heat is starting to get to me. Different kind of concerning that it actually worked. Yeah, exactly. Like the fact that that woman just gave up after we kissed her, thinking that it was just, oh, you know, it's just a little spat, when the woman was screaming, "He's trying to murder me." Yeah, that's not great. I thought I had an overwhelming advantage in this position, but it's harder to maintain than I expected. Not only do I have to keep Moeka pinned, I also have to keep a close eye on her so she doesn't try anything. All Moeka has to do is lie there. She can rest and try again whenever she's ready. Will this last all night? At this rate, my strength might give out first. Fear mounts. If she escapes, she's going to try to kill me. She must have her gun somewhere, I'm sure. I consider calling Kurisu for help, but I can't use either hand. I don't even know what time it is. Damn, it's almost like I'm the one trapped. No, stay positive. You can do this. Moeka's dependent on her phone. That's her weak point. If I keep her separated from her phone, then sooner or later, her will to resist should collapse. It's a matter of whose strength will fail first. Yeah, I was gonna comment on that. I'm like, yo, I know why the zoom in is happening, but can we pull back a little bit? Suddenly, Moeka calls my name. Now she's trying to ask nicely. Does this mean she's given up? This is what I was waiting for. Now I move in for the kill.
お前は D メールを送ったことを覚えているか
D 何
D メール過去へ送ることのできるメールお前はそれを送ったお前自身の携帯へな機種変更に関する内容だと思っていたがそれは嘘だったお前は俺たちの目をごまかしてこっそりメールの内容を入れ替えたんだ
I need to slow down a bit. Her typing speed is lightning fast. It would have been easy for her to write a mere 36 characters while Daru and I were preoccupied with the phone wave.
その結果世界線が変わったお前は覚えていないか
Normally, once the past changes, everything until that point is undone. But it should be possible to make Moeka remember, just like Ferris and Luca did.
知らないんじゃない思い出していないだけなんだ思い出せお前は思い出さなければならない
Or else what? I don't know. This is just a tactic to put pressure on Moeka. I have another plan to make her remember. Moeka turns away again and bites her lip. Tears start falling from her eyes. I watch, never once taking my eyes off of her. I did notice before now, but her shirt must have come undone during the struggle. I could see the alluring curves of her collarbone, the skin of her large pale breasts, and a hint of sexy underwear. Don't focus on that! Fucking focus! Breasts heave with each painful breath. Focus! The base of her neck is stained with the blood from my lip. It's dry like a scab. Normally, Moeka could be mistaken for an elegant, beautiful woman. Now she has large shadows under her eyes. Her skin is rough and her face is pale. She looks more intoxicated than intoxicating. Her entire body reeks of death. She's clearly insane. This is the real Moeka. I wish I'd realized sooner.
本当に知らないの。思い出せるならそうするけど、わからないわ。一体何のことなのか。
Moeka's gaze shifts constantly, from me to the ceiling and then to the window. Her slow murmuring is evidence that she's almost beat. Just a little more and her resistance will end.
だったら質問を変える。2週間ほど前、お前は奇妙なメールを受け取ったはずだ。差出人はお前自身の携帯。しかもそのメールは数日後の未来から送信されていた。
Ooh! So she does know! Moeka's eyes open wide. Gotcha.
覚えがあるな。それがお前が送った D メールだ。内容を教えろ。
教えたら
携帯は返す。
クソ。
She suddenly curses at me.
内容は言えない。
なぜだ。
ラウンダーに関係する。
Her mission. I recall what Moeka told me on a previous world line. The Rounder's mission is to find and acquire IBN 5100s. In that case,
IBN 5100。
She fell into my trap. Her reflexive response was all I needed to see.
それに関することだな。
どこまで知っている。メールの内容。
質問をするのは俺だけだ。いいから答えろ。
言えない。FB を裏切ることに。
携帯よりも FB を選ぶのか。大した忠誠心だな。
Mayuri's fate hangs in the balance. I can't give up. Moeka still hasn't calmed down. She's been opening and closing her hands for a while now. She's not trying to escape my restraint, she's just twisting her body, licking her lips, shaking her head, trying to brush the hair off her face. It's like she's suffering from withdrawal without her phone. Soon she won't have the mental fortitude to resist. If she won't talk now, then I'll just wait until she will. Imagine being that loyal to Facebook. Yeah, dude, I mean, we've confirmed that all websites are stinky, but I mean, Facebook? Really?
携帯がないとそんなに苦痛か。なぜそこまで依存する。
会話まともにできなくて。
今はしているではないか。
Okay, but it could be like a mental thing, like selective mutism. When she attacked the lab, she was leading a squad of hardened killers. At least it's not Twitter, you're right. But Moeka shakes her head violently.
メールまでできなくなったら、私は世界から断絶してしまう。
世界だと孤独な女を気取っているつもりか。お前が恐れているのはラウンダーから見捨てられることだろう。
違う、ラウンダーじゃなくて FB から見捨てられること。
It's the same thing, isn't it?
だったら世界などと言うな。何の罪もない女の子を容赦なく殺した分際でマユリを世界から断絶させた分際で。
殺してない。
そう、この世界線ではな。 だが別の世界線においてはお前はラウンダーとして俺たちのタイムマシンを奪おうとした。その時に
I think you're letting a little too much slip.
殺したマユリを。
And it wasn't just the one time. I think there were about 4 timelines where she murdered Mayuri in cold blood. The world line where I interrogated Moeka, she told me Mayuri was expendable. It didn't matter to discern whether she lived or died.
FB の指示なら殺したと。
FB とは何者だ。一体どこにいる。
I asked her the same question back then, but another rounder appeared before she could answer. Something tells me she won't have backup this time. Moeka's position in the rounders has changed. Hi Connor, welcome to the stream! So far, Okabe's done some morally gray actions, and I've advocated for some morally gray actions. Yeah, don't use up all your mobile data to watch the stream, by the way. Don't worry about that. Canonically, there's... Yeah, you've said that quite a few times. But so far, like, from what we've experienced, it's been about 4. I don't doubt that there's, like, you know, hundreds of worlds out there where she did kill Mayuri, because there's hundreds of different actions Okabe could have taken, but so far, there's a limited number of jumps and a limited number of world lines. And of course, that's not taking into account other Okabes from other world lines jumping. We're just following one as he jumps from world line to world line. But like, if there are multiple world lines, then there are multiple Okabes.
ならばいいことを教えてやる。いいか。お前は今、俺に捕まっている状況だが、助けを期待しているのなら無駄だ。どうせ誰も助けに来ない。お前は絶望に打ちひしがれたまま。
Ooh, that's right, you have that information. Moeka seems startled by this. I go in for the kill.
俺は5日後から来た。セルンが欲しがるタイムマシンを使ってな。だから知っている。お前はこの部屋で一人孤独に自分を殺すんだ。お前の大好きな FB はお前を助けない。ラウンダーもセルも300人委員会もだ。
Damn. Shatter her whole worldview right there.
どれだけメールしても上司からの連絡はないんだろう。それはなぜだ。もう見捨てられているんだよ。
Damn! Okabe, I didn't even think of bringing that up. Holy shit! And like, I've written some dark fucking scenes where like characters bring up like another's trauma to get what they want. Holy shit! Moeka's face contorts in despair. Once again, tears fall from her eyes. Guilt squeezes my heart. I know I'm causing this woman pain. But once again, I mean, like, what else can you do? Inside of me, a voice whispers that it's nothing compared to what she did to Mayuri. That I have no reason to show mercy to a murderer. Yeah, it's a dark fucking scene. Although I understand why he's doing it. It's evil, but like at the same time, this may be the only way we can stop Mayuri from dying. At the same time, my conscience screams that it's wrong to hurt someone, no matter who they are or what they've done. Insane mad scientist, my ass, I'm afraid to hurt my mortal enemy. I'm nothing but a hypocrite.
FB をかばう必要はない。だから全て話せ。
I guess I am kind of falling into that mindset, huh? Maybe I should take a step back and reevaluate myself after this stream. Feel kind of dirty now. Really, like, looking at the whole situation. But... like he says, I mean... she does get abandoned. By someone who doesn't deserve her loyalty. I ignore the ache in my heart and push harder. Moeka shakes her head violently. Yeah, that's what they told you, but, sorry, bud, people lie.
だったらなぜお前は4日後に自殺すると思う？
お前が私を殺すのよ。自殺に見せかけて。
俺はそんなヘマはしない。俺ならお前を殺した後でタイムリープする。お前の死はなかったことにできる。
Phone is so terrible it can barely keep up with YouTube. Ah, geez, that sucks.
私は
FB から返事が来ないと言ってこの部屋で死んだような顔をしていたのはどこのドイツだ？もう何日来ていない。FB から
Costs
の
like
連絡は
$20.
普段はどのくらいの頻度で来ている？
That makes sense, but I mean, then again, I've heard that, like, in different places, phones are, like, way cheaper than elsewhere. So I don't know what part of the world you're from. It could just be the phones are cheaper there, so I don't want to say, like, off the bat, like, oh yeah. Also, like, I have no idea how much phones cost, because every one of my phones has been a hand-me-down. Usually what happens is, one of my parents replaces their phone, and then they, like, call up me and my brother. They're like, hey, does one of you guys want a phone upgrade? And we just take the old phone. So, that's how it's always been ever since I first got a cell phone. I'm pretty sure even my first phone was a hand-me-down. So, I'm actually not sure how much phones cost in Canada. Because I've never really had to look it up. Because I don't really mind having old phones either. And I mean old, they're just a couple of years old. But yeah. I keep the questions coming. Need to pile on the pressure.
毎日連絡を。でももう10日近く。
10 days. Man.
10日も連絡が来ていない。そうだな。
Moeka looks up to me with pleading eyes.
私、裏切れないよ。
お前は裏切られたんだよ。
FB を信じてる。
It really doesn't seem like you should.
お前は切り捨てられた。利用されるだけされてな。もう用済みということだ。
FB はそんな人じゃ。
だったらどんな人なんだ？
お母さんみたいに。
It only took her 2 weeks to end it all because she didn't get a reply. Yeah.
優しくて。
She? Oh! Now that's a twist. I was assuming it was like... I mean, it could still be a lover, but like... I don't know if they do that in this game. But yeah, I assumed that it was like, she was in love with them. But like with this line, doesn't seem like it. $100 is like 1 million in my country. Oh, okay. Understandable. So then $20 is like a decent amount for a phone. Like a mother. FB is a woman? I expected an evil-looking old man like you see in the movies. Honestly, it was either that, like, it was either the lover proposal or just, like, evil old man. But, yeah, that's a twist. Yikes, dude. then that makes this whole, like, FB thing, like, even worse, because it means that CERN and the Rounders are basically just manipulating, like, mentally fragile people to do their bidding unquestioningly.
友達みたいで、でも包み込む優しさがあって。
I mean, that's already how friends should be.
会ったことは
Moeka shakes her head weakly.
会ったことがない。お母さんみたいで、友達みたいで、お前にとって心地いい居場所だったのに。
Damn, if they had met, I could have gotten Moeka to lead me to her.
ラウンダーは互いの正体隠すのがルールで。
連絡は取り合っていたのに、一度も会ったことはない。確かに会うのはルール違反かもな。だがお前は FB が好きで会ってみたかった。違うか？
違うよ。会ったら幻滅される。だから会いたいなんて思わない。
会いたいと言われたことは
一度もないし、言ったこともない。
その様子だと電話もしたことがないな。
Moeka turns away. Then she nods faintly.
避けられているとは思わなかったのか。
I've kind of changed gears here. I'm less on the side of kill Moeka and more like, can we get her on our side? I don't know if we can, because, I mean, obviously the situation ain't great. We did try to kill her. Like, we can't just gloss over that. And, you know, we did basically exploit her trauma. So it's like, you know, I don't know if we can. But considering that now it seems like she was less of a willing participant, I'm like, I kind of just want to get her out of this situation.
そこまで親身になってくれた優しい女上司がお前に会おうとしない理由は本当にルールだけか。そしてなぜ連絡をよこさない？理由を考えてみろ。振り込め詐欺と同じだ。お前は騙されていたんだ。
FB を悪く言わないで。そんな人じゃない。
連絡が
I
途絶
mean,
え
if
る
someone's
前
been manipulated for a long
最
time,
後のメー
yeah,
ルはどんな内容だった？
IBN5100 を指定場所に置いておけって。
The IBN 5100. Moeka, you fool, you let your tongue slip. 2 weeks ago, FB told her to leave the IBN 5100 at a drop point. That meant she already had it in her possession at that time. I recall how Moeka kept bombarding me with questions about the IBN 5100. I might have let it slip that I found the computer at Yanabayashi Shrine. After that, she sent her email. So we know now! We know now how to reset the D-mail. The world line changed. The lock was broken on the shrine's storehouse door. The IBN 5100 was gone. These facts point to one conclusion, because 2 weeks ago was August 1st. She sent her D-mail on July the 31st. So that means that her email was about Yanabayashi Shrine. These facts point to one conclusion. She sent herself the location of the IBN 5100. Now that I know, it seems so obvious. If only I hadn't trusted Moeka. If only I had seen through her lies. But no, I played right into her hands. I was the tool's tool. I almost burst into self-deriding laughter, but I desperately hold it back and keep a straight face.
その場所はどこだ？
コインロッカー、大ビル。
The coin locker? coin locker in front of Daibiru. Wait, isn't that where Luca hit the IBN 5100 on the previous world line? Is this another effect of convergence? Can I retrieve the IBN 5100 if I go there now? No, I can't expect it to still be there. Remember what happened with the Lukaku. The invisible force of convergence is keeping the IBN 5100 away from me. If I want to get it back, I need to cancel Moeka's D-mail. I know the message. I've already reached my goal. The lengths we took to get that information aren't great, but I mean, we're preventing an entire bad future here. Moeka starts crying softly. And plus, if this somehow, like, gets her to sort of break away from the Rounders, break away from FB, she may also have the chance to avoid her suicide. Now, of course, if it's anything like Mayuri's death, if it's a point on the attractor fields, then she's dead in 4 days anyways. But if it's not, which we don't know, obviously. But if it's not, then there is a small chance that... How did he end up on top of Moeka? Basically, he, So, what happened was, Okabe went in there, found Moeka, was trying to get the phone, but she kept, like, slapping him away. Yeah, there was a fight. He had to restrain her somehow. But basically, afterwards, Okabe went out, outside of the apartment, called Kurisu, and Kurisu, like, explained the situation to Kurisu, and Kurisu was like, okay, listen. She's gonna kill... She basically said the same stuff that I've been saying, where it's like, listen, she's gonna kill Mayuri, and if the attractor fields thing is true, then there's a chance that she's going to die in 4 days anyway. And basically Kurisu said, if you gotta kill her, kill her. Because this is what you've been fighting to do. Because also, we don't know how many time leaps Okabe can actually do. Like, I don't know, like, if at some point he's gonna do one too many time leaps, and it's just gonna break him, or it's just going to, like, put him outside of the world line somehow. So, it's like, this is why I've been trying to figure out, like, what the, like, simplest option is without doing too many time leaps. Because we don't know the risks of it. But, at the same time, okay, so basically, like, as he was... talking to Kurisu, basically, afterwards he went in, they had a fight, he stole the phone, closed the outside door because the door swung open, like, out. So he just leaned against the door while Moeka basically pounded on it to try and get her phone back. He tried sending, like, 3 to 5 D-mails saying, like, oh, don't change, like, change your model, change the model of your cell phone, don't buy a new one. And it didn't work, nothing changed. And she actually started, like, slamming her coffee table against the door, breaking the door in the process to try and kill Okabe. So whenever he needed the information, he came back in, there was a fight, and he pinned her down to basically keep her from killing him. I sigh deeply and lift myself off Moeka's body. Then I lean back against the wall and stretch my aching limbs. Take Moeka's phone out of my pocket. Moeka slowly gets up. She wipes her tears and fixes her hair and clothes. Her wavy hair obscures her face from this angle, so I can't make out her expression. She doesn't react to what I said. Even though I'm no longer restraining her, she doesn't try to attack me and take back her phone. I open Moeka's mailbox and search for the D-mail. It takes about 3 minutes, but I finally find it. 3 mails from Moeka's own phone, each 12 characters long, sent on August 14th and received on July 31st. Or 4th. Retro PCs at Yanabayashi Shrine. Just as I suspected. Moeka's changed her D-mail in the few seconds I had my back turned. All I need to do now is send the cancellation mail.
Okabe!
今、ラボにいるか?
心配させんな。バカ。
心配してくれていたのか?
どう見ても死亡フラグ立ってたから、無事なのが驚きよ。
Leaning on the fourth wall there, Kurisu.
今どこにいる？
ちゃんとラボで待機中。
もう一度 D メールを送る。準備を頼む。
タイマー設定は
31日の11時頃に着くように設定を。
31日の11時ということは。
While Kurisu calculates the hours, I type the mail. That's good. Yeah, that's really good. If it comes afterwards, then Moeka will probably think that she got the PC, everything was good, but then, like, or, like, she'll think, oh, I went to the shrine, it was a trap, and then I finally, like, got to send an email again. I like that it says 3G at top. Is 3G just weaker 5G? Is it gonna give me Magneto powers, but, like, weak ones? Will I be able to stick paper clips to my hands? It says, do not go, not at shrine. It's a trap. I address the mail to the phone wave.
準備 OK。
よし、起動してくれ。
起動した。
I press the send button. The mail starts sending. Reading Steiner should activate. This time for sure. Brace myself for the incoming vertigo. Nothing happened? No, I know that 3G is a real thing. I'm joking. It's just because people made such a big fuss about 5G and, like, talking about how, like, the COVID vaccine will put, like, 5G in you or something, that I find it funny.
ダメだ。なぜ変わらない？
また間違い？
いや、そんなはずはない。萌香の D メールの内容も確認済みだ。それを否定するメールを送った。
Why isn't it working? What the hell is wrong this time?
最初の D メールの内容は？
柳林神社に IBN5100 があると知らせるものだ。今のメールでそれは罠だと否定したんだ。
Yeah, she just won't listen.
もう一度別の文面で再送を。
待った。D メールの面倒な部分についてはロト6の実験で検証済みでしょ？
The Lotto 6 experiment. I sent myself the winning numbers, but the past me didn't buy the ticket. Instead, he gave the winning numbers to Luca.
D メールを読んだ人間がその通りに行動するかどうかは個人の資質に影響される。
Exactly, that's true. Although in this timeline, she didn't know about D-mail. Because whenever we asked her about D-mail, it just, like, she was like, wait, what is that? So receiving strange emails from the future.
桐生って人は神社に IBN5100 があると知らされた。直後にそれを否定するメールが来ても構わず神社へ行ったという推測が導ける。
否定するメールを信じなかったか、あるいはクソ真面目に否定されても念のために調べてみたか。
Yeah.
ということか。
So maybe if we told her that it was in a different location, like somewhere across town, it would be more difficult for her to get there in time, and then by the time, I mean, but then again, that just buys more time. I glance at Moeka. She's still hanging her head, but her tears have run dry. I wonder if she's listening.
厄介ね。神社に調べに行くことでリスクが発生すると伝えても聞いてくれなかったっていうことだから。
より強制力の強い文面にするしかない。神社に行くのを禁止させるぐらいの。
どうやって？
That's the problem. Is it possible to persuade her with just 36 bytes of text? Or should we consider other possibilities?
例えば、7月30日のお礼と D メールを送り、先に IBN5100 を回収させるという方法は？
その日のあんたは IBN5100 に興味があったのか？
That's true. Probably need to send through FB's phone to get her past self to believe it and cancel it. Yeah, exactly. And we can't exactly do that. When did I start caring about the IBN 5100? I can't remember. Fine, that's out. So how do I convince Moeka to listen? At that moment, an electric shock runs through my brain. 2 initials.
FB だ。
何？
萌歌の上司、依存の対象。FB からのメールなら無条件で信じるはず。
その FB とかいう人の携帯。
That's the problem, isn't it?
いいや。会ったことさえない。どこにいるかもわからない。
話にならない。
少し時間をくれ。
また待たせるのか？私はずっとラボに泊まり込んでるからいいけど、あんまり無茶しないでね。
So even after prying the answers out of Moeka, there's still more work to be done. Fate really seems to love getting in my way. Alright, to break out of this world line, I need FB's identity and location. Call Moeka's name. She finally looks up. I drop her phone into her lap. She accepts it with a confused expression.
FB を探すことになった。
Moeka grips her phone, but she doesn't look at the screen. I sigh deeply. I need to get as much information on FB out of her as I can.
お前はどういう経緯でラウンダーに？
Honestly, I couldn't care less. I couldn't care less. I hate having to stand here and talk with the woman who killed Mayuri. Hugging her phone to her chest, Moeka retrieves her glasses and puts them back on.
4年前。
So she has a history with this.
してた。
Her voice is barely audible whisper. For a moment, I'm surprised she's not talking by mail.
何の希望も持てなくて、何もかもが嫌になって。
原因は？
特にこれっていうのは。
Yeah, you don't need a big reason sometimes. Sometimes just a lack of a reason to live is enough. Her expression is blank, lifeless like always. Behind her glasses, her eyes are red from crying. They are the only trace of emotion on her doll-like face.
小さなことがたくさん
That's usually what it is.
重なって、もともとこんな性格だし。
家族は？
Moeka shakes her head a little. She has none, I guess. I don't bother asking whether she ever had parents. It doesn't really matter.
自分の部屋で睡眠薬大量に飲んで、でも死ぬのを失敗して、そこにメールが。ラウンダー募集って個人宛てじゃなくて一斉送信の。
Isn't that spam? Do the rounders really recruit like that?
私はどうでもよくなってた。だから気づいたら返信してた。そしたら連絡が来たの。FP から。それからずっと FB の指示に従ってた。
So they're less of like a military operation and more just like almost a civilian operation.
ずっとこの秋葉に？
Moeka shakes her head.
3ヶ月前まで名古屋。その前は横浜。
Yeah, because online people could be disposed of easily, exactly. The Rounder's chief duty is to acquire IBM 5100s. I guess they had her traveling all over Japan, digging up info on retro PCs.
これまでに IBM 5100をいくつ見つけた
1台も。
Yeah, we are definitely understanding more about her now. No results. Sounds like CERN is spending a lot of effort for not much return. So that would explain why she, like, went for the IBM 5100 at Yanabayashi Shrine, even after being told that it's a trap. because she's so desperate to, like, get results that she probably didn't even, like, give a shit if there was a threat to her life there. I sigh deeply once again.
お前はこの後どうするつもりだ。ただ絶望に打ちひしがれて予定通り自殺するか。抗おうとは思わないのか。
抗う。
Even as I ask the question, I know that for her, rebellion is impossible. This world line has already approved her death. Yeah, but give her, like, some semblance of hope before then. Like, there's no reason why she should suffer up until she dies. She's in the same situation as Mayuri. No matter what she does, she will die. I mean, we have no solid, concrete proof of that, though, either. We know Mayuri's death is an attractor field because it's happened over and over again. I don't think that deaths are the only kind of attractor field either. There are probably some events that happen no matter what. At the same time, there's, like, no guarantee that every single death is an attractor field. She could live, like, for all we know. We've only seen her die once. I know that, and yet I asked the question. And don't tell me if I'm right or wrong, by the way. Like, I'd rather learn, like, through playing the game and come to my own conclusions.
FB に対してどうしたいと考えているんだ。
Technically heard that she died. Yeah, I mean, but at the same time, it's like, we know that she dies in one world line, but that's not a guarantee that she dies in every world line. And that's true, never saw the body either. Moeka looks down.
利用されていたとしても。
Yeah, exactly. I'll learn with time.
私の居場所。
I don't want people in chat being like, oh, well, it's actually because of this, because I'm like, no, I wanna learn things on my own.
初めてだった。生きてきた中で自分が必要とされたこと。FB が居場所を与えてくれたの。私に。 その居場所を守るためなら生きがいを与えてくれた FB を守るためなら何だってする。
お前は救いようのないバカだ。
Okay, well, you don't have to say that. Stand up.
だったら依存したまま死んでいけ。お前の死は確定している。
It's cruel, but he might be right, but we don't know! We don't know is the thing!
だが俺は
Don't worry, I can't spoil it because I literally have no idea. Understandable.
だから徹底的に抗う。
No matter what, I will save Mayuri. Just a little bit more. I can't give up now. Damn, well, that was quite a scene. It's midnight and Akiba is practically empty. The silence is eerie. There's no sign of anyone near the coin locker. Considering the IBN 5100's size, it couldn't fit in the regular-sized lockers. She must have put it in one of the 3 large lockers on the right.
使用中?
The bottom locker is still in use. Is the IBN 5100 inside? My heart starts pounding in my chest. I feel my face grow hot with excitement. We've been apart for far too long, my partner, but now only a thin locker door separates us. Is this what love feels like? It's how I feel waiting for a new Lolita dress to come in. I force myself to consider the situation calmly. Is the IBN 5100 really inside? I want to check right this instant. I can't believe I forgot to ask Moeka which locker she used. Should I get a crowbar or something to pry the locker open? If the IBN 5100 really is inside and I steal it, what will happen to the world line? I have yet to cancel all the D-mails, which I thought was the only way to restore the original world line. Now the IBN 5100 is so close. Why can't I just reach out and take it? I know how to cancel Moeka's D-mail, so I can always do that if this doesn't work. Let's try it, just to make sure. First, I make a quick visit to the lab. Ignoring the complaints of the lab mems who stayed awake in the lab all night, I retrieve a makeshift crowbar from the development room. Then I return to the lockers and thrust the pointed tip of the crowbar into the crack of the door. As I begin to pry, a shrill siren shatters the night. I come to see the red lights of a patrol car coming this way. Their timing couldn't be worse. Police release me after about 30 minutes of scolding. Return to the coin locker and try to pry it open again. Immediately, another patrol car appears. This time they take me to the police station. Oh, it really doesn't want you to get this. I'm stuck in an interrogation room all night getting preached to by policemen. I conclude that this is another effect of attractor field convergence. No matter what I do, I cannot obtain an IBN 5100 on this world line. That is what fate has decreed. Ah, jeez. Get the police to call my father and they finally release me. They didn't go so far as to arrest me, but the policemen, as well as my father, scold me harshly. I act apologetic, but in actuality their words fall on deaf ears. After my father goes home, I head straight to Moeka's apartment. Try calling her. Took the opportunity to memorize her phone number yesterday, but she wouldn't pick up at all. Before I get there, I send a mail to Daru, asking him to check if the coin locker is still occupied. Door to Moeka's apartment is unlocked. Find Moeka hugging her knees in the corner, just like she was when I first found her.
IBN 5100を入れたのは右下のコインロッカーで合っているか？
なぜ
IBN 5100が入る大きさのロッカーは
Check, the big locker in the lower right is in use. It's about anyways, don't make me your errand boy so early in the morning, fool.
一番下のみが使用中。もしお前が一番下に入れたというなら FB はまだ IBN 5100を回収していないことになる。この意味がわかるか？
Moeka frowns.
あそこに貼っていれば FB が回収しに来た時に会えるということだ。その発想はなかったか？ラウンダーのくせに冷静さが欠けているぞ、お前。俺は張り込んでみようと思う。お前は？
会ってどうするの？
FB に携帯を借りる。
That's the best way to prevent Moeka from going to Yanabashi Shrine.
会えない。会う勇気ない。幻滅される。
お前はとっくに幻滅されているか？最初から期待すらされていなかった。
Moeka's face contorts again. I'm being blunt, not only because Moeka's Mayuri's murderer, but also because Moeka's weakness is starting to get on my nerves. I mean, I don't like that, but I mean... You gotta do what you gotta do. Oh wait, I skipped through that. Just like Daru's mail said, the locker is still occupied when I get there. I look around to make sure there are no patrol cars. No crowbars this time. I don't feel like getting arrested. I head across the street to Daibiru, hide behind one of its humongous pillars. Ooh, geez, sorry. I'm drinking water and I got the hiccups. Yeah. Hide behind one of its humongous pillars and begin the stakeout. My legs are getting tired. I was going to borrow Mayuri's portable game console, but decided I didn't need the distraction. Still, it's pretty tough to keep standing like this. I also need to stay inconspicuous. Someone might notice if they see me standing in the same place for hours. I wouldn't want a security guard to give me trouble. I mean, I guess there's not much worry about that. I've already been here for 7 hours without incident. My legs are numb, so I squat and lean against the pillar. I'm so hungry. I'd love to go get some food, but I can't take my eyes off the locker. Just then, somebody taps me on the shoulder. FB? I try to leap to my feet, but my legs get tangled and I fall over. Oh, Moeka showed up after all. Moeka is standing there looking down at me with those glassy eyes.
お前、なんでここに？
私も張り込みを。ダメかな。
なぜ心変わりした？
I stand up and dust off my clothes.
お前は FB とのメールだけの関係に居心地の良さを感じていた。その適度な距離感に依存していたはず。なのになぜ今さら一歩を踏み出そうと思った？
このままじゃ。
Moeka puts her head on her knees. She looks ready to cry. I've seen that expression once before in her moonlit apartment.
FB からの連絡がなくなったら、私、世界とのつながりが
断絶されるか。
Moeka nods faintly.
孤独に耐えられないくらい弱いのに FB の命令さえあれば容赦なく人も殺せるとはな。典型的な狂信者だよお前は。
And her cult leader, FB, abused her weakness before throwing her out like old clothes. It pisses me off. FB's cruelty, Moeka's weakness. I can't decide which I hate more. Then Moeka nervously brings out a convenience store bag.
なんだこれは。
Instead of answering, Moeka looks away. I look inside.
おお、パックの牛乳とアンパン。
Whoa, she brought snacks! Exactly what you need on a stakeout. There's enough for two.
もしかして差し入れか？
Huh.
よし、許可する。お前も張り込みを手伝え。
Bribed with food. I'd expect nothing less. I mean, it works. Honestly, the longer this has gone on, the more I feel a little bit bad for Moeka. I feel like every stream the past, like... I feel like every stream the past, like, week, I've had, like, character development happen in a stream. Like, in the first one, it went from, oh no, Okabe, I don't want you to get beat up. And then by the end of the stream, I was like, Okabe, I want to beat you up myself! And then the second stream, it was like, Okabe, you fucking suck. Why are you having so much gay panic? And then at the end, I'm like, oh, you know what? Okabe was doing his best. You know, it's a societal thing. It's how he's brought up. And now this time I'm like, at the beginning, I'm like, fuck yeah, Moeka should die. And now I'm like, hey, wait a minute. Maybe she's not that bad. Yeah, the sympathy for Moeka has grown. It's funny because okay, I feel bad anytime I bring up my writing whenever I'm on stream because you guys aren't going to be able to see anything about that for several years. Like, I'm not even sugarcoating it. It will take probably around 5 years for whatever project I'm working on right now to reach completion. Maybe Moeka has reasons and a past. Well, I mean, at first I didn't give a shit because, like, I was like, this whole mess is because of her. Also, I just noticed, is that a fake McDonald's in the background? Anyways, but yeah, I feel bad talking about my writing, but like, the more things have gone on, the more Moeka actually reminds me of a character of mine who's in like a similar situation in the story, although that situation is more like very clearly abusive. Oh, it's a substantial project. I've already been working on it for 10 years. The thing is, though, so when I say I've been working on it for 10 years, I'm not saying that it's stuff that, you know, I'd be willing to show people. A lot of it's mostly just been, like, world-building shit. And even then, I haven't really been able to work on it in the past, like, year and a half. Wild Jackson. Maybe Wild Donald's? Either way. Are you writing an autobiography? No, definitely not. The way I said that sounds so fake. No, it's... I don't know if I want to go too deep into it. I joke with my friends that it's an isekai. Basically, it's a story about... Originally, I started writing it when I was 14, and it was supposed to be like a... like, dark fantasy story about a group of teenagers who end up becoming the army to a very young goddess. That's all I'm gonna say about it, but, like... shit gets complicated pretty quickly. And there is a character who's in like a similar position to Moeka, where they're being used by a bad guy because basically the bad guy found them in a very vulnerable state. So I think that's also where a lot of my sympathy's coming from, where I'm like, okay, I understand like what they're going for here, because I'm going for something similar in my own work. But yeah, it's one of those things where like the past year and a half has been, with work being the way that it was this year, like, whenever I didn't stream for like several months, I also wasn't writing or working on this project at all. Like, I literally was doing nothing. I was waking up, I was working all day, eating, and then going to sleep. And that was my entire life for a solid 5 months. And then on the weekends, it's like, okay, well now I need to rest and I need to like give myself time to do stuff just to unwind. So my brain power for writing was like nothing. And then now that I'm like on break, or like I'm laid off, not technically a break, but I mean, I've been treating it as such. My focus has still kind of been on work because I don't want to lose any of my skills. I don't want to forget like how it's best to write reports, because I've been like, it's taken me a while to like really get a hold on my job and I don't want to lose it. But like, it's also just because the lack of direction really isn't great. And I've kind of had it drilled into me, like, over the last... How long has it been since I started my apprenticeship? Started in 2016, so about 5 years. So over the past, like, 5 years, I've had it, like, drilled into me that work should always come first above everything else. And writing shouldn't be top priority. So I really haven't, like, broken out of that mindset. And it really sucks because I look at, like, the last few months and I'm like, I could have gotten so much done. And the odds are is that I'm not going to have another opportunity like this probably for several years. So it kind of hurts, but I mean, at the same time, I did get a lot more streaming in, which I'm very happy about, because that was another thing that I was like, nothing much. I mean, Moeka pretty much told us her tragic backstory. And, we're just doing a stakeout on the coin lockers because Okabe tried to pry it open with a crowbar and it didn't work. So now she's joining the stakeout. And also I went on a little ramble about, like, my own stories because Moeka reminds me of one of my characters. And also just about how my life has been, like, the past little bit. And also, I'm not saying this to be like, oh, give me sympathy, please, ooh, woo. No, it's more just, like, me trying to explain the situation. And, like, why I'm expecting it to take so long to finish this project. Even just the writing portion is probably going to take another year or two of regular work, and I'm going to have to get back into that rhythm. Because that's the thing with, like, anything creative. And this is, like, just a tip from me. You can't really rely on inspiration if you want to do creative stuff regularly. And especially with writing, inspiration fades so fucking quickly. You can't rely on inspiration if you want to do art regularly. You have to rely more on dedication and routine. And I haven't had the chance to develop much dedication or routine. Just because work was the way it was, and now afterwards it's like I'm still in that mindset of writing doesn't count as work. Oh yeah, I'm not talking about writer's block. I'm not talking about writing with writer's block because that's, like, damn near impossible. But the thing is that writer's block tends to be an art block too. I mean, I'm more of a writer than an artist. I don't really draw all that much. I do sometimes, which is how I was able to draw the Phasmophobia collab picture, and even then I want to touch that one up because I'm not entirely happy with it. It needs shading, it needs highlights, it needs better line art that isn't just done with the pen tool. But basically, like, generally, writer's block and art block tend to be because of something going on with you. It's not some magic thing. Like, I find lately, actually, my writer's block was caused because also I kind of lost faith in the project that I've been working on for like a very, very long time, like probably since mid-October. I kind of lost all drive to work on this project that I've been doing for like 10 years because I started to have like really severe doubts about it and about whether or not it was even worth finishing. And that can definitely cause writer's block. And it's also like, if stuff is happening in your daily life that's causing you stress, that can also cause art block and writer's block. So it's good to like take a step back sometimes, but it's also like, once you do take that step back, be like, okay, well, what can I change? I find that that's a good question to ask anytime that you're in like a situation that you're just not happy with anything. Like in your entire life, it's like, okay, like for example, I have issues keeping up with my chores. My apartment tends to be a mess a lot of the time. So I've thought to myself, okay, what can I change to make it easier for me to do chores? And I've realized that a lot of the time I need some kind of reward to feel satisfied. So I developed this thing I call the point system, where it's like anytime I finish a chore, I get 1 point. That equals $1. And these tend to be like the bigger chores, and it takes a long time to build them up, but it's like after I build up enough points, it's like, okay, well, I've done enough chores that over the past week, that now I have 30 points. That's $30. I can order a pizza. Stuff like that. I don't know, man. I'm just rambling at this point. Like I said, no sleep. I'm surprised I haven't rambled more by now. Let's get back into this before I start on another tangent, because we've been sitting on this screen for probably the last 15 minutes. Now we can take turns watching, and we'll also look less suspicious to passerby. The night draws on, and still no sign of FB. We nap in 1-hour shifts, but it doesn't help the exhaustion. On top of that, I don't have anyone to talk to. Moeka can't keep a conversation going, so there's nothing I can do to stave off boredom. I went back to the lab to shower just before dawn, but Krisu, who was working on an all-nighter on the time leap machine, just glared at me. The wait finally ends at just after 1 p.m. on the 13th. Someone comes to open the lower right locker. We watch from behind the pillar. It's a nondescript middle-aged man. He's dressed in a new suit, but it hangs rather poorly on him, as if he's not used to wearing it. Moeka shakes her head firmly. Yeah, but that's what that's what they told you. Today's been great for no tangents in exchange for one long tangent. Yeah, we're not gonna have any more tangents. I'm gonna promise that, unless people bring up shit in chat. Chat, you have to keep me... you have to keep me honest this stream. No more tangents. I want to make progress before 11:30, because I'm tired, and also I forgot to eat dinner again. Like I said, sleep brain. Or it could be someone from the locker company here to clean it out after weeks overdue. That would make us all idiots. Moeka, FB, and me. The man has the key to the locker. He pays the late fee with 100 yen coins. He removes the cardboard box with the IBN 5100 inside. The man thought ahead and brought a pushcart. He puts the IBN 5100 into the pushcart with a bit of effort and begins walking away. The man heads straight for Akihabara Station. Strangely enough, he walks up to an overweight man standing in front of the ticket machine. The overweight man is wearing a t-shirt and has all the signs of an otaku. He doesn't seem to have anything in common with the first guy. He looks like an average salaryman. They transfer the IBM 5100 to the overweight man's suitcase. After they exchange a few words, the overweight man enters the station alone. Then the guy in the suit leaves.
妙だ。
What was the purpose of that transfer? Is the overweight man FB, or is he just another link in some kind of chain? At any rate, if we keep following the IBM 5100, we should reach FB eventually. We enter the station. The overweight man boards the Yamanote line. We board on the next car and keep watch through the connecting door. It's a weekday afternoon, so there aren't many passengers. 30 minutes later, we arrive at Shinjuku Station. Here, the train sees a sharp increase in passenger traffic. Moeka pulls on my sleeve. The overweight man has slipped into the stream of departing passengers. He's about to exit onto the platform. We follow him, but due to our slow reaction, we have to push our way through boarding passengers. The train doors close and it slowly departs. The man starts walking towards the exit. Shinjuku is crowded, so we have to follow close behind or we'll lose him. Then I stop in my tracks. The man is empty-handed. His suitcase is missing. What? For a second, I think we followed the wrong man, but no, it's definitely him. He passed off to someone else in the confusion. We watched him the whole time he was on the train. There's no doubt he had the suitcase when the train arrived in Shinjuku. He had passed it on to someone else in this crowd. You know how to lose a tail. Okay, so we're jumping back. I return to the lab and leap an hour back. Find myself inside the train. I know it's bad manners to use my phone on the train, but this is an emergency. According to the train's display, we're about to leave Otsuka for Ikebukuro, 3 stops to Shinjuku. Moeka's next to me, acting inconspicuous. He get the overweight man in the next car.
新宿駅で仕掛けてくるぞ。あの男、降りたと見せかけて荷物を別の人間に受け渡す。さっきはまんまと引っかかった。
さっき
Doesn't look like Moeka's caught on yet.
俺は1時間後からタイムリープしてきたんだ。
タイムリープ
Moeka's eyes widen. The train arrives at Shinjuku on schedule. Just to make sure, I'll have Moeka follow the man when he gets off. Before the doors open, I stealthily move to his car. He still has the suitcase with the IBM 5100.
新宿
Doors open and passengers spew out. The overweight man leaves too, just like last time. However,
やはり
he leaves the suitcase on the train. Now passengers from Shinjuku board. Someone walks up to the abandoned suitcase. It's a woman in her 30s pushing a baby stroller. There's no baby. The woman casually loads the suitcase into her stroller and sits down. After witnessing that scene, I return to the neighboring car. I need to be careful. These guys are serious about avoiding pursuit. The train starts moving. Contact Moeka so we can regroup later. After that incident, the package swaps couriers like a hot potato, snaking around the tracks that run through Tokyo like a web. Whenever they give me the slip, I time leap and resume the chase. Finally, the courier and package get aboard the Hibiya line and return to Akihabara Station where it all began. I recognize the last courier. He's one of the men who raided the lab with Moeka. Dark skin, crew cut, the one who hit me with his gun. The man easily carries the 25-kilo package out of the station. We follow. Car honks its horn. Moeka and I immediately hide. Peering out from the cover, I see a white flatbed parked in front of the station. A muscular man hops out of the driver's seat. Huh? What? I know that face. No, it can't be. I desperately try to organize my thoughts. That's Tenyoji Yugo, the owner of the Braun Tube Workshop. Mr. Braun. Why? Why is he here? Does this mean he's connected to FB? To the Rounders? Was the Braun Tube Workshop just a front for CERN? Was that how he could afford to keep it open? What's going on here? His shop is right below the lab. If he's working for the enemy, then... I shiver at the thought. Stop, let's not rush to conclusions. He might just be another courier. We watch from a distance. Tenyoji takes the suitcase from the crew cut man and loads it into the backseat of his car. Then he gets into the car alone and takes off towards Showadori. I stare after it in disbelief. Time leaps several hours to before the first man arrived at the coin locker. Then I explained the situation to Moeka. My plan is to get ahead of the package. After killing some time at Starbucks, we rent a car. I don't have a license, so Moeka's driving. We go to the street in front of the roundabout, facing Showadori, and park near Yodobashi Camera. Now we wait. Oh, we're gonna have a car chase! Fuck yeah!
緊張しているのか? 肩に力が入りすぎているぞ。運転歴はどれぐらいだ?
ペーパー。
What?
ペーパーって
Same page.
ペーパードライバーということか。勘弁してくれ。事故るなよ。
I was surprised Moeka had a license in the first place. Apparently, FB told her it would come in handy for her rounder work. I have Moeka wait in line in the car. I mean, don't you have to do a road test before they give you... I mean, then again, that's Canada. I don't know how it works in Japan. I mean, not a lot of people even have driver's licenses to begin with over there, right? So maybe it's a little more lax than in a country like Canada or the US, where pretty much everyone needs a car to get anywhere. The white station wagon's already stopped there. I don't know if I read that last line. Whatever, it was on a screen long enough for people to read it. From this distance, I can clearly see Tenyoji in the driver's seat. Nobody else is riding. The crew cut guy should arrive just after 5 p.m. As expected, the crew cut man arrives right on time, effortlessly dragging the suitcase behind him. It feels weird seeing the exact same scene from a different angle. Maybe it's her first time since completing the license? Could be, could be. I hurry back to the car where Moeka is waiting.
来るぞ。
The station wagon rolls past us. It takes a left turn at Showadori intersection, towards Okachimachi. Moeka smoothly sets the car in motion. Finally, we arrive at Tenyoji's house in Okachimachi. This is the house where Suzuha lived. Her rusty old mountain bike is still sitting out front. Tenyoji brings the IBN 5100 inside. We stop a little farther down the road and keep watch.
どういうこと？
Does this mean that Tenyoji is FB?
FB はどこ？
あの家に運び込んだことが何を意味するかだ。一時的な保管場所ということなのか、それとも。
Is he FB? Does he know FB? Moeka insists that FB is a woman. So maybe it's Tenyoji's wife, whom I've never met. I have Moeka show me one of FB's mails. Ree, sorry for not being useful. M4, it's true that you're not very good with people, but I think that's just part of what makes you unique and special. Besides, you have no trouble talking to me, do you? Honestly, M4, there's nobody else who works as hard as you do. I'm very thankful for that. I'm glad you joined the Rounders. Even if nobody else values you, I'll always look out for you. Ouch. Feel free to email me whenever you like. Oh yes, since you're finally in Nagoya, you should try some of the local delicacies. It's not good for your health to keep eating convenience store food. Or do you not like miso? M4? In any case, a girl your age needs to eat better. I recommend the firm miso stew. Your next mission is to go to Akihabara in Tokyo. So find an apartment by next week. I deposited a special bonus in your account, so feel free to use it. Ooh, I don't like that that sign off. Yikes. This really does feel cult-like. She's kept a lot of mails archived like this one.
M4 というのが私のコードネーム。それも FB がつけてくれた。
Well, because a mailing machine. She sent FB nearly 10 mails a day, but FB replied to every single one. You have to be a saint to reply to all those emails. No wonder Moeka was so dependent on FB. Yeah, and that's why they responded to all those emails. because they wanted to keep her dependent on them.
今度はここで張り込みだな。
I have daughter set up a wireless infrared camera on the pole down the street. We park a couple blocks away and watch the video feed. The next day, Tenyoji goes to work on his moped like usual. He returns after sunset. There's no sign of his daughter, Nai, or his wife. Something finally happens early Sunday morning. Just before 3 a.m., 6 people show up at Tenyoji's house.
あれは
It's dark, but I recognize them. They are the rounders who raided the lab with Moeka. Moeka doesn't show much of a reaction. I thought she knew them. I asked, but she says she's never met them before. It looks like this world line's Moeka has been cut off completely. Were they done with her once she found them in IBN 5100? Tenyoji comes outside and loads the IBN 5100 into the station wagon. Then the 6 men get in and drive away. Tenyoji sees them off, then goes back inside his house.
今度はどこへ
I'm interested in Tenyoji's story, but the IBN 5100 will lead us to FB. We decide to follow the station wagon. The pursuit ends at Narita International Airport. 6 men, IBN 5100 in tow, board a plane heading for France. France, CERN's home country. What does this mean?
天王寺の妻が FB の可能性がある。
Because he did say he lived overseas for a while. Since there's been no sign of FB so far, she must be an extremely cautious individual. But the evidence suggests only one possibility. On Worldline Alpha 1, Moeka's men attacked the night the Time Leap machine was completed. Their timing was perfect. Makes sense if you assume that Tenyoji is closely linked to FB. He was right downstairs the whole time we were discussing our plans. FB knew exactly what we were up to. That's why I wanted you guys to close the fucking window! We were dancing to her tune all along. When we get back to Akiba, Moeka and I start walking towards Tenyoji's house. But on the way I get an angry call from Kurisu demanding an update. So I decided to take care of that first. Receiving mail. I saw Ryan last night. It was really pretty. If we were looking up at the same time, because then it would be like we were close by, even if we were really far away. Stars are romantic if you think like that, aren't they? Aw, that's cute. Yeah, I saw it too. First time in a while I've had time to look up at the stars. I don't think it was Orion. That's a winter constellation. I guess it depends what part of the world you're in, too. I don't know much about constellations, honestly. I think stars are pretty, but I don't know much aside from that. Kurisu sighs when she sees me.
あんたね、少しは連絡したらどうなの？
ずっと立て込んでいたのだ。
立て込んでた。
Kurisu glances at Moeka.
もしかして心配していたのか？
私じゃないわよ。私は別にあんたがどこで何をしてようが知ったことじゃないけど。ただ、まゆりはすごく心配してた。見てて、痛々しいぐらいにね。せめて、あの子にだけは連絡してあげなさい。
Now that she mentions it, it feels like I haven't talked to Mayuri in forever.
すべてはマユリの
Yeah, she's a total tsundere. I've been... Oh yeah, no, that's your
敵
line.
の正体
Okay.
もうすぐ分かりそうなんだ。
というか、敵って。
Kurisu glances at Moeka again. Moeka's completely expressionless. She's likely kicking the dirt in boredom. She hasn't used her phone once since we began the search for FB.
彼女は敵じゃないの。
敵だが真実を求めるため協調体制をとっている。
マユリを殺す人なんでしょ。
そうだ。
However, Moeka's just a pawn, and one that no longer poses a threat. To save Mayuri, I need to capture the king. Well, the king's cell phone.
まあいい。それでこれからどこか行くんでしょ。私もついていく。
正気か助手よ。
正気だけど助手じゃないから。
危険かもしれないぞ。
Kurisu falters for a moment, but quickly tightens her expression.
今日の私は死ぬことになってる。
I've experienced the future, so I know who dies today.
いや、お前は死なない。
だったら問題なし。世界から死なないことを保証されたようなものだから。
Right, Kurisu doesn't die today. Neither does Mayuri. The only person who dies today is standing right next to us. Kiryu Moeka. This afternoon, she kills herself. I've already told Moeka her fate. But in spite of that, Moeka doesn't seem upset, at least on the surface. She's expressionless as always. The only difference is that she's not checking her phone as often. But Moeka's not a strong woman. I mean, I'd say she's like decently strong, considering that it sounds like she was dealing with like severe depression for most of her life. As well as probably some kind of social anxiety. I mean, this is just like armchair psychology here. I feel like I'm not qualified to actually diagnose anyone. But it does seem like she's had like some severe like mental illness for a while, and surviving through that takes a lot of strength. Beneath that expressionless mask, is she struggling against the fear of death? I decide to confront Tenyoji directly. I have Kurisu stand guard outside the house while Moeka and I go inside. Not that we're planning to break in, we ring the doorbell like honest citizens. Tenyoji soon opens the door and invites us into the living room. She was definitely coping, but she did try to kill herself before the rounders. Yeah, exactly. She was doing her best. But, like, even then, sometimes it just gets to be too much, and that's not something to shame someone for. Wait a minute, where's my sticky note about the divergence numbers? Just a second. It's on the floor. There we go. Got it. I was scared for a second. Vesta must have pushed it off over the night. Also, where is Vesta? Usually she comes and bothers me by now. She must be sleeping somewhere. .523307%. Still a long way to go before I reach 1%. How much more of this can I take? It's just after dawn, much too early for guests, but Tenyoji welcomes us with a smile. He even starts preparing some instant coffee. Vesta must be working for CERN! Oh my god. It was right below my nose the entire time! Yeah, I don't think... I don't know if... Because, like, it could be an act, but at the same time, I don't think Tenyoji would be, like, the big bad here. Vesta killed Mayuri. No, Moeka did. You can work for CERN without killing Mayuri. She would never, it's true. She can't even kill spiders that show up in my house. She kind of just like lightly touches them with her little paw and like sniffs them until they run away. And then she meows at them whenever they get out of her reach. Usually I'm the one that has to take care of spiders. Usually just catching them under a cup and then throwing them off the balcony. Spiders are too small to take fall damage, or at least I assume they are. If not, then, I mean... sucks to suck, I guess! But considering that a lot of people would just crush them instantly, I feel like, you know, at least I'm giving the little buggers a chance, right? Anyway. Novella, I love Vesta more every day. I need to, like, share pictures of her on Twitter. I've shared, like, one picture, and it's her sitting next to a giant Pikachu, which, by the way, that giant Pikachu is now her preferred cat bed. She's actually formed a dent in the giant Pikachu's head, and she curls up there because I have it propped up so this way she can look over my balcony and look outside. So that's now her preferred bed because she can watch the birds and like the trees outside my window. So I found that picture the other day and I was like, aw, this is before she dented its head in. But yeah, she's very sweet. Like I've said before, I might yell at her a lot whenever she interrupts my streams, but genuinely fucking love that little cat. She's amazing. I'm more interested in his wife. There's still no sign of her. Is she asleep too, or could she be hiding somewhere? I'd like to do a thorough search of the house, but of course that's impossible. Then there's what he said just now about seeing Nai off to school. It sounded like something a single father would say. I suspected that FB was Tenyoji's wife, but that may have been a mistake. Yeah, because we have no idea that he has a wife. Maybe Tenyoji is just another courier after all. Maybe he doesn't even know about FB. There's the possibility that FB might not even be an Akiba. I need answers. But how do I get them? Moeka is just staring at the floor. I can't count on her for bright ideas. Best of love! Whether or not Tenyoji's wife is FB, I don't think this man will fall for any tricks. I decide to go for the direct approach. I need to make her an emote. I was literally just thinking that.
数時間前、この家の前に6人の男が集まり、とあるものを持ってフランスに渡った。そのことについて当然ご存知ですね。
This time, Tenyoji doesn't give me his usual macho attitude. He just smiles softly.
IBN 5100。あなたは知っているはずだ。
幻のレトロ PC だろう。
This is too easy. He's never this cooperative.
あなたは何者だ？運び屋か？それともラウンダーか？
Instead of answering my question, Tenyoji looks straight at Moeka.
おめえは裏切ったの。
He is FB! Moeka jerks upright. M4 is Moeka's codename. Something only FB should know.
もしかして FB
Tenyoji laughs once. A dry sound.
フェルディナント・ブラウンって知ってるか？
That's where his name is from! Oh my god! Moeka and I look at each other, confused by the sudden change of topic. That's where he got his initials from! It's not a change of topic at all! Patchy, you say you knew it, but like... you know this entire game! I didn't call this. I did not suspect this guy.
おいおい、ブラウン管を発明したノーベル物理学賞の偉人だぞ。
The Braun tube. Brain explosion. Tenyoji has a thing for Braun tubes. I know that. What does that have to do with anything?
フェルディナ
Connect
ン
the
ト・
dots,
ブラ
connect
ウン
the dots.
頭文字は？
FB
そういうことだ。
Tenyoji casually produces a handgun. Motion is so smooth and natural, I don't even recognize it as a gun at first. Its heavy form gives off a chilling black luster. The muzzle is pointed at Moeka. Moeka and I are unarmed. We didn't plan for this. How could we have? We thought FB was Tenyoji's wife, not the man himself.
一つ聞かせてください。あなたの奥さんは
苗を産んだ時に死んだ。それだ。
I curse silently. No wonder I've never seen her. She's been dead for years. His head, though, yeah, his head is like... his head is thinner than his neck. Jacked man. Tenyoji is FB.
そんな
So Suzuha was living with this man who became FB for years and died in his home, not knowing once that he was going to cause the bad future she so desperately wanted to stop. That is fucked.
俺への依存の次は現実逃避か?
Keeping his gun trained on Moeka, the man I knew as Mr. Braun laughed scornfully. We're at an overwhelming disadvantage. I was a fool to believe the direct approach would work. What if he actually knew what she was doing? Yeah, exactly. And he could have stopped her at every fucking turn. I mean, but then again, he also doesn't have the knowledge from the future. He didn't know that that was gonna... That's what Suzuha was doing. Now my recklessness is going to get both of us killed. No, not both of us. I don't die here. I'm here because I time leap on the 16th. That fact is written on the fabric of this world line. But is that solid? Like, we don't... You're putting a lot of faith on things that you don't have solid proof on. And I guess it's hard to get solid proof of things without experimentation, which we can't exactly do without possibly brain damage, possibly just deleting ourselves from the world line entirely. But, like, you're hinging a lot on this, bud. So if the attractor field model is right, I can't possibly die now, on the morning of the 15th. My survival is guaranteed by the same force that keeps killing Mayuri. However, Moeka has no such protection. She dies today. It doesn't matter how. She could easily die now, right before my eyes. What am I going to do about it? Can we contact someone? Nope. Oh, nope, that was too many backspaces. There we go. Nothing. It doesn't matter. My goal is to obtain FB's cell phone and send its email to Moeka in the past. That's the reason I'm here. And if you time leap far enough back, you can probably, like, just ask him to borrow his phone. In any case, I mustn't let his handgun scare me. There's no turning back now. All I can do is stay on the offensive.
あなたがラウンダーの一員だったとはな。セルンの犬だったとはな。
犬か。間違っちゃいねえな。
Tenyoji really is like a different person today. He's composed. He doesn't get angry even when I provoke him. I wouldn't expect a man with a gun to be so calm. Is this who he really is? Was the gruff but good-natured storekeeper just an act? Almost definitely. And also, he's so calm because he's probably been trained to use this thing.
撃てば銃声で娘が目を覚ます。
だからなんだ。
娘にそんな汚れ仕事をしている姿を見られたいのか。
俺の娘は見た目で判断するような器の小さい女じゃねえ。
Yeah, but still, it's a shitty thing to subject a kid to. Grind my teeth.
ミオリンによってあなたがラウンダーとは橋田鈴はあなたにそんなことをさせるために世話をしてやったんじゃない。
That's something they tell you about using a gun. So he's probably had that drilled into his head. Yeah, exactly. Like, especially because guns are extremely hard to come by in Japan. Even if it's not provided by CERN or whatever. Like, he would have to go through, like, pretty intense, like, inspections and stuff and training in order to even own a gun. Tenyoji's smile stiffens for a second. Then he slaps his knee and laughs.
なんだよおめえ。すずさんのこと知ってんのか。だったらもっと早く言ってくれよ。
Oh? Tenyoji and I haven't spoken about Suzuha on this world line.
だがな。ずいぶん分かったようなこと言うじゃねえか。すずさんは10年も前に死んだんだ。その当時、岡部は8歳かそこらだろう。なのにすずさんのことが分かるってのか。
If you're calm and aware of yourself while using a gun, you are more of... If you're not calm and aware of yourself when you're using a gun. You are more of a danger to yourself and whoever you want to protect. Exactly.
わかるさ。
I glare at Tenyoji. The anger and frustration are
俺の
overwhelming.
主観時間では彼女はほんの数週間前までこの時代にいた。
未来を変えるのは君たちにかかってる。私は荷物をこの秋葉原に絶対持ってくるから。そして君たちに責任を持って託すから。お願い、未来を変えてほしい。
I still remember her words vividly, though it feels like it's been forever since she spoke them. In objective time, it was just a few days ago.
あなたのすぐ近くにいたんだよ。彼女は橋田鈴、いや天音鈴葉はセルンと戦うためにこの時代にやってきたタイムトラベラーだ。
日本。
気づかなかったのか FB。 あなたの恩人は2036年からやってきたんだよ。我がラボの一員、ダルの娘だ。
Can't focus because of bronze head!
鈴葉はセルンを恨んでいた。なのにその鈴葉に世話になったあなたはセルンの犬か。これでは鈴葉が浮かばれないぞ。
でたらめ言ってんじゃねえよ。
Tenyoji thrusts his gun at me. I barely managed to keep from flinching.
どうしてこんなことになった。
うるせえな。いろいろあるんだよ。
Complicated. Is that supposed to be an excuse?
本当に FB。
Moeka looks completely lost. Poor girl just had her whole world shattered. Tenyoji sighs and lowers his gun.
ああ、そうだ。
メールは
全部俺が書いた。なぜ女言葉かって？カムフラージュだよ。正体を隠すためのな。
Makes sense.
ネカマなんて腐るほどいるだろ。マジな話、大変だったんだぜ M4。メール送りすぎだタコ。おめえのくだらねえ相談に全レスしてやったんだ。感謝しろ。
Oof. Oof.
そんな FB は私のお母さんみたいな存在で、私は FB のためなら何だって。
そう仕向けたんだよ。おめえみたいなメンヘルは簡単に依存してくれるから操りやすい。
Okay, fuck you. Actually, fuck you.
もうやめろ。
I approach Tenyoji but freeze once he points the gun at me again.
なぜ連絡くれなかったの。
連絡？ああ。IBN5100 を手に入れた時点で、おめえはもう用済みだからだ。
用済み。
That was obvious. I've been telling her this the whole time that FB abandoned her. I guess it wasn't real to her until she heard it from FB's own mouth.
ダイレクトメールでメンバーを募集するのは、機密性の保持の観点からするとザルだけどな。それがラウンダーのやり方だ。
That's what I figured.
そして IBN5100 を見つけたメンバーは任務達成となり口封じされる。例外なく全員だ。
What is he saying? Oh, so she didn't commit suicide. They killed her and made it look like one.
そうすることでセルンと委員会は機密を保持しつつ安い金で俺たちみてえなはみ出し者を利用してるわけだ。あいつらにしてみればラウンダーは全員駒さ。悲しいことにな。
Yeah, we get to see just how tragic Moeka's backstory is. Without dropping his smile, Tenyoji takes his gun. Oh no! Oh god!
処分確定。扱いとしては犬っつうより家畜だな。
And presses it against the side of his head.
逆らえば家族が危険にさらされるんだ。大事な娘に手出しさせられねえだろ。
おい、よせ。
鈴さんには悪いと思ってるよ。本当、なんでこんなことになったんだろうな。
He pulls the trigger. Brains splatter against the wall. Tenyoji's massive body drops to the floor and sprawls out, motionless. A dark red stain begins to spread over the tatami mats. He's dead. Tenyoji is dead. Ah, I don't like that noise. It's over and I still don't understand what's happened. Would he have killed himself even if we hadn't confronted him? Was his death too the will of fate? Tenyoji had completed his mission. Maybe he chose to eliminate himself rather than face certain assassins. That's true, we do need to get a cell phone. I bite down hard on my lip. Is it wrong for me to say I don't feel anything about him dying now? I mean, honestly, it's like, I understand that he was, like, forced into it. They would probably kill his daughter if he didn't, and it seems like his daughter's the only family he's got. Like, it's tragic, but considering the shit he said to Moeka just now, like, I get that that was, like, also CERN's manipulations, telling him that if he didn't do it like that, then, you know. It's just, I don't know. It's a complicated situation. Pound my fists against the floor. He meant to protect her with his sacrifice, but what is Nai supposed to do now? All rounders are expendable, he said. Does that mean FB was just another pawn? Is that how CERN operates? That's insanity. This can't be real. Is she still asleep in the next room, blissfully unaware of her father's suicide? Can't have an expendable army if everyone is getting emotionally attached. Exactly. These characters are incredibly complex, and I really like that. I like that they're not just, like, basic fucking stereotypes. And I like that there seems to be more than meets the eye to, like, literally every single member of the cast. It's really interesting. How do I explain this to her? Should I run? Again, strictly speaking, my purpose is to obtain FB's phone. Once I send the D-mail and change the world line, all of this will be undone. I can run like a coward and no one will know. I'll know. Timidly slide open the door to Nai's bedroom. Listen, bud, I understand that this is a noble thing you're doing, but it's not running away. You're literally sparing this little girl trauma. I mean, this is what we've worked so hard to get. We need to use his phone. We need to send this D-mail. I get what you're trying to do, but it's not gonna make things better. Looks like you'd expect. There's a red backpack hanging next to the desk. There's a futon laid out on the floor. But Nai isn't there. The window is open. The lace curtains are waving, as if to invite the fresh morning breeze inside. Where did she go? No, don't tell me CERN kidnapped her. I don't even know if she was here when we arrived. None of this makes sense. This isn't the world I know.
携帯を探そう。
I need Tenyoji's phone. I'm relieved Nai isn't here. I don't have to tell her about her father's death. Find Tenyoji's phone in his pants pocket. I was ready to kill him for it if I had to. I never thought he'd kill himself. And now I'm looting his dead body like a hyena scavenging for scraps of meat. I make myself want to puke. Yeah, it's like, as much as I can joke about, like, looting bodies in video games, in real life it would be really fucking shitty. Like, feeling-wise. Also, like, morals-wise, obviously, but I think that goes without saying. I'll leave as soon as I have the phone, dragging the catatonic Moeka with me. We regroup with Kurisu, who was worried sick waiting outside, and we hail a taxi. Wish we hadn't spent so much time parked near Tenyoji's house. Once the body is found, the police might trace the rental car back to us. Maybe we should have reported it first, but I'd rather not have to answer any questions. Besides, soon none of this will have happened.
そう、店長が。
First, we take Moeka back to her apartment. There, I explain to Kurisu what happened. Moeka didn't say a word on the way back. Now she's sitting on the floor by the entrance, staring off into space. It must have been quite a shock to hear Tenyoji's, FB's, confession. The one person she trusted betrayed her. She may never recover. Were Tenyoji's actions really a betrayal? I'm not quite convinced. Something felt off back there. Rounders who complete their mission are eliminated, no exceptions. That's what FB said. But in that case, why wasn't Moeka killed?
なあ、萌か。もしかしたら FB はお前を生かそうとしたのかもしれない。
Oh, yeah, same. I really hope she doesn't remember.
あの人はお前を見捨てたんじゃなくて突き放して生かそうとしたのかも。
This may just be wishful thinking. We'll never know FB's true intentions, but I want to believe that Tenyoji did care for her. There was a place for Moeka somewhere. What am I doing? Why am I trying to comfort Moeka? Maybe I'm just soft.
岡部、今すぐ D メールを送るべきよ。
Kurisu's expression is grave.
今を逃すといろいろ面倒なことに巻き込まれるかもしれないから。
Kurisu had the same thought as me.
あんたの目的はマユリを救うことであってセルンへの復讐じゃないでしょ。私たちが作ったタイムリープマシンのせいで犠牲が出るのは気持ちのいいことじゃない。
ああ、そうだな。
FB's phone is in my possession. There's no longer any reason to stay on this world line. It's only a matter of time until the police come looking for us. I should send the D-mail immediately. When I do, the present will be reconstructed. Tenyoji will still be alive. Moeka will still be in contact with FB. And at last, the IBM 5100 will return to me. Just need to think about saving Mayuri and all will be well.
ダルはもうラボに来ていると思うか。
I mean, that's been his mantra for so long now that I have to wonder if that's even true. Like, it feels like the game's gonna pull the rug out from under us again.
電話してみる。
I'll send the same message I tried to send earlier from Moeka's phone. Only this time it'll be from FB's phone. When Moeka sees it, she'll believe it's an order from FB. Knowing her dependence on FB, she'll obey without question. Makes me sick to be taking advantage of Moeka's vulnerabilities like this. How am I any different from FB?
あと5分くらいでラボに着くって。
So we just wait until then.
ねえ、さっき店長の家でのことだけど。
Oh? After closing her phone, Kurisu glances at Moeka and lowers her voice.
私外で見張ってて銃声が聞こえてその直後ぐらいにあの子の姿見た。
Saw her.
あの子。
Okay, I'm sorry, but this is not the time to be soft about doing that exactly. We need to send it. We do have time to talk about this, though, unfortunately. I ask even though I already know the answer. There's only one person it could be.
ナエちゃん、家の裏口から走り去っていった。呼び止めようとしたら目があったわ。
Kurisu bites her lip as if fighting an unpleasant memory. It happened right after she heard the gunshot. If that's true, then Nai saw her father die. She saw her father die and ran away. There's a knock on the door. Someone's here. Who? Moeka, who had been squatting by the entrance, slowly lifts her head. This is wrong. The timing's too perfect. Today, Kiryu Moeka dies. This world line has already approved that fate. Has it come for her already? Moeka reaches for the doorknob.
Yose! Akeru!
Try to stop her. But too late. Moeka's already turning the doorknob. The door opens slowly. And there stands...
こんにちは。
Hi. An innocent greeting. A child's voice. Familiar. How did she find this place? How did she get here? Why did she come here? She ran away. Our eyes met. Right after I heard a gunshot. Connor, that message showed up right as she stabbed! Nai steps up to Moeka. Moeka's body blocks my view. The next instant, Moeka drops to her knees like a string-cut puppet. What the fuck? An innocent laugh. Hands dyed with blood. A cleaver in her hand.
嘘でしょ。
嘘じゃない。
Nai's lips twist into a vicious sneer. She looks straight at me. Wait, I think that said victorious. Yeah, victorious. How does CERN have child soldiers? That's the question, isn't it? She looks straight at me, her eyes burning with intense hatred. Those aren't the eyes of a child. What's going on here? Is this really Nai?
私は許さない。
The venom in her voice chills me to the
父さん
bone.
を死に追いやったお前たちを絶対に許さないから。私がこの手で殺してやるまで許さないから。
Kurisu and I stare in shocked silence. Neither of us can move a
岡
muscle.
部倫太郎、
My heart skips a beat. I feel like someone just walked over my grave.
お前は15年後に殺す。それまで怯えて待ってなさい。
Yeah, she's 1000% been indoctrinated. Nai tosses the knife away and leaves, laughing all the while. I hear the sound of her footsteps pattering down the stairs. Soon they fade away, leaving us in silence. Damn, kid!
今のはなんだ悪魔か何かが
I mean, in the other timelines, we weren't there when her dad fucking died. My entire body is shaking. I have to struggle just to move a finger. That's true, Moeka may not be dead yet.
いや
I don't know what year he dies in. I think...
萌香が
Didn't Susaha say that he dies at, like, 30 years old or something like that? He didn't live to see, like, her time. But... he lived for a while. Moeka's clothes are soaked in blood. There's a gaping wound in her abdomen where Nai stabbed her.
落ち着け。
Kurisu yells for me to come to my senses, and then she takes out her phone.
桐生さんの容体を見て、私は救急車を。
And don't touch the knife!
それより先に
Yeah, send the D mail. It might fix
ない。
this. Even now, Kurisu was calm. I feel an irrational surge of anger at her composure, but I know that she's right. Send the D mail, this world line will be undone. I know that, but I still run to Moeka's side. I don't remember the year. I have issues remembering numbers. I lift her up in my arms and see that her chest is already covered in blood.
Moeka!
She's my enemy.
しっかりしろおい
She killed Mayuri.
聞こえるか萌か
I can't understand her. I can't forgive her. And yet I can't help but call her name. Because in a sense, she's a victim too. Moeka slowly opens her eyes. Her eyes are blank and unfocused. She's fading fast. She tries to speak, but her voice catches in her throat. I bring my ear closer to her lips.
私あなたの
I mean, a wound to the stomach is still pretty bad. All it takes is, like, one punctured organ, one artery cut the wrong way, and you'll bleed out within minutes.
大切な人を殺したから
Yes, you did. Countless times. Not on this world line, but on others.
よ
The will of fate.
ごめんなさいごめんなさい
I silently squeeze Moeka's hand. Moeka doesn't squeeze back. She no longer has the strength.
私にとっては FB しかいなくて
Damn.
私にとっての居場所そこだけ
And it was all a lie.
守るためなら殺す
I think the biggest question now is who still ends up dead in the one convergence world line. Yeah, that's the question, because we know what happens in this world line because of the attractor fields. When we hit, like, 1% convergence, we're gonna be on a different world line altogether. For all we know, Okabe could die, like, the day after we fucking, like, get to 1%.
恨まれて当然ごめん
許すよ
The words come to my lips unbidden. As soon as I speak them, I understand why. Moeka does not kill Mayuri on this world line. Even if she could, it wouldn't happen until tomorrow. This Moeka, the one dying in my arms, is innocent. And yet even now she says I'm sorry. Yeah, exactly, because I don't remember... Because remember, at the beginning of the game, Kurisu dies, and I've been saying for a while that, like, it might be that we have to go back and watch Kurisu die. Because... I don't remember what the convergence was at before. I don't know if it even showed. But... There is a strong possibility that we'll have to bring back the timeline where Makise Kurisu gets stabbed to death at Radicon.
許す
Perhaps the words are meaningless. Forgiving Moeka will not cure Nai's hate. Neither will Moeka's death. I don't even know if I truly mean what I'm saying. Still, I remember what Kurisu said. My goal is to save Mayuri, not avenge her. So here,
お
now,
前を許す
I almost feared that Okabe would see himself kill Kurisu, but that can't happen. I mean... I mean, it is a possibility still, because we know Suzuha's time machine could do that. And also, remember that Suzuha's time machine, if it's even hers in that timeline, was just sitting on top of Radicon. before the timelines changed. It was only after the timelines changed that it was crashed in. The anguish seems to fade from Moeka's face. Her eyes slowly close. A tear slides down Moeka's cheek. Her hand slips from my grasp. She's no longer breathing. Biting my lip, I lay Moeka to rest on the floor. Place her purple phone in her hands.
Okabe,
Kurisu calls to me in a weak voice.
D メールを送るべきだと思う。もう準備はできてる。
Moeka and FB are gone, but Mayuri's fate remains unchanged. The universe still demands her death.
なあクリスティーナ D メールを送ってダイバージェンスが変わったら萌香もそこで生きていると思うかそれとも死んだままだと思うか
あんたが言っていたアトラクタフィールド理論で考えるならダイバージェンスが 1% 以上なら生きている確率は高くなる。ごめん、こんな思いやりもクソもない言い方しかできなくて。
いや、いいんだ。
I stand up. Moeka's blood clings to my hands. It won't come off, even when I wipe it with a tissue. I stop trying and take out FB's phone. I nod to Kurisu. She calls Daru and tells him to activate the phone wave. I take one last look at Moeka's body, lying there. Causality is a strange and terrifying thing. At the beginning of all this, Moeka killed Mayuri. But now, Moeka lies dead while Mayuri still lives. All because I changed the past. I need to know what kind of character study these devs had to do to write characters like this. Yeah, I mean, I wish that I could write characters like this. I don't know if any of my characters really have the same complexity as these guys. There's maybe a couple that do, but it takes a lot of fucking skill to write this fucking good for this many characters. Moeka, if you're going to apologize for a sin you didn't commit, then I must apologize as well. I am responsible for twisting your fate, and for twisting the fate of Tennoji Nai. I ruined that innocent girl's life, made her something other than what she was meant to be. Is it okay to just leave her like this? Of course, if I send the email now, this world line will be undone. Nai's twisted fate will be corrected. Oh, yeah, absolutely. There's no point in worrying about it. I should just think about Mayuri. I shouldn't burden myself with any more problems. Is this really okay? Of course it is. Oh, we can... Okay, there we go. Send the email. Yeah, I have it open. I have it open. Just send. Just hit send. Hit send! Why can't I? That's all I need to do. So fucking send it! I want my fingers move. Yeah, that's what I'm asking! I already know what I need to do. I'm clicking! It's not letting me! And yet... I am clicking furiously, chat. We need to do this.
さっきのあの子、様子が変じゃなかったか。
あの子ってナイちゃんのこと？
I nod.
まるで別人みたいだった。
Might have already passed the point where you can send it. I hope that's not true. Life, tell me if I fucked up. Life, please tell me if I fucked up. I know you know this game. Did I fuck up? I think it's better that you see what's about to happen. I don't like that. Do you know this game, Manji? I haven't kept track of that. You don't think so? Okay. Awesome.
15年後に殺すってどういう意味なんだ
It bothers me. Does she know something? What was she implying? Did
Okay.
night time travel too?
気にすることない
I feel like Manji's doing a little trolling. How dare you? I can't judge you. You 100% of this game years ago? Oh.
D メールを今すぐ送ってそれで何もかも解決
That's my phone! Put FB's phone in my pocket.
見なかったことにはできない
Nai's crime is partly my responsibility. And I need to know what she meant by when she promised to kill me 15 years from now. Dude! Come on! Please, just send the D-mail! You're linked to 2 deaths right now! You can't save Mayuri if you're in fucking prison!
タイムリープするラボに戻ろう
Back to the lab again! Okay, never mind, it's okay. Kurisu sighs, but I pretend not to hear it. Alright. That's where we're leaving off on because I went half an hour longer than I wanted to.
というか
Alright, well! Alright, well, that was, that was a lot. That was a lot. I'm gonna have to, he didn't send an email. Which hurts because we went through so much to get that phone. But I understand where he's coming from. I don't like it, but I understand where he's coming from, so... Alright, well, that was a lot. I've said that too many times now. I need to say something else. So, yeah, okay. We're gonna be live with a much lighter visual novel on Sunday. You're mentally punching a Chuny right now. I don't know if I want to or not, because I kinda... But does it matter? Does it matter what's up with Nai? Like, we're trying to save people here. And she does that because she watches her father die in front of her while we're in the same room. If you send the D-mail, that wouldn't happen. Anyway. So yeah, we're gonna be live with a much lighter visual novel on... That is true. Why didn't she just kill him then and there? That is true. What happens with Nai will change if he sends that email almost certainly. Exactly. That's true. That's true. I guess I can be a little single-minded sometimes. But yeah, much lighter visual novel on the Valerie Valkyrie channel on Sunday. I'm gonna, like... Val and I are gonna be playing Great Ace Attorney. Once again, we're gonna be doing funny character voices. We're gonna be making jokes. My stomach's gonna hurt from laughing too hard again because my body is flawed. But it's gonna be a great time. And it's gonna be a nice palate cleanser from this. Hi, Val! Welcome back! I don't know if you were watching the whole time and just lurking, but if you weren't just... If you weren't watching right now, just, holy shit. Hopefully not getting canceled. Yeah. Yeah. That'd be great. Can I go one Ace Attorney stream without getting canceled? Tune in and see. So with that being said, If you're new around here, haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. It gets me one closer to legally mandated karaoke. And also, it just helps support the channel. Lets me know that people like watching my stuff. Also, follow me on Twitter, because any links to any collabs that I do, any like announcements that I have to make, any polls that I make, any shit posts I make, those go on the Twitter. So follow me on there if you wanna. And with all that being said, we're gonna be live with more Steins Gate next week on Tuesday, 9 p.m. Be there and we'll find out what happened to Nye. Probably, maybe, I don't know. I don't know where this is going anymore. I kind of know, but I mean, at the same time, you know, this game surprised me today. Oh yeah, and everyone in chat who knows is like, don't miss next stream. You're gonna want to see this. Alright, well, with that being said, I will see you all on Sunday. So, good night, sweet dreams, and I will see you all next time. Bye!